Folks, welcome. Hey, it's Happy New Year's.
Yeah.
It's Loud Equals Funny,
Episode
episode
21.
29.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Fucking
next year is going to be episode 30, and we're going to do
yeah.
another 10, and I already did that joke. That's the Bo Burnham joke. But this is episode 29. We're ending off the year, and I'm
Yep.
29 this year, so it's perfect.
I'm 28
Uh,
next year. Fuck.
Same.
we're all sussy 28, 29-year-olds at this point in time.
We're all over the hill. We're getting past the midlife crisis.
We're past that point where the cells there's no longer new cells or whatever, something like that. So it's like all downhill from here. I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
25.
I think so.
You stop
Yeah.
growing, and
So
yeah.
suddenly we're gonna start getting shorter and shorter until like we're one of those old ladies of a supermarket looking through fruit.
Oh
Yeah,
hell!
we're
I mean,
all-
I
One of those
already.
old ladies who's just like sitting at a fucking penny slots, just pressing the button like a bird
Oh.
for the feeder.
Motherfucker! Yeah, one of
Dude,
them.
I am so ready to get like, my lungs just ruined,
Huh.
playing slots with a fucking fanny pack throwing
I
coins
mean,
in there.
do they still let you chain smoke
They
at
still
the
let
slots?
you smoke at the slots. There are non-smoking slots, but
Well, I
I've been
mean,
to a
good for
casino
them.
recently, and I've been like, huh,
I
god
just
damn, I
watched
can't breathe.
I just watched
Wild.
Space Cop recently, and there was the running gag of Mike's character from the past being like, "What? You can't smoke in a fucking police station? What the fuck is this?" So I mean, at least the casinos are still sacred,
It's the one place in America you can really be free. It's wonderful.
Especially the natives. Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I just saw some wild shit pop up on my fucking on my YouTube. Hang on, it's a
Oh
Charlie
no.
video. I gotta. Oh Jesus. Okay, we're starting off with this
Oh.
this wild headline.
Oh.
I will say this real quick about going to a native casino. They are the best time you could possibly have. Whenever you finally come to America Club, we got to go take you to. There's a couple places here where.
Man, I've done enough gambling in GTA 5 online. I don't
Oh.
need to lose real money at John Redcorn's casino, man.
Anyway, sorry, Justin, continue.
Go ahead, Tristan.
All right, so this is just a thing that I saw in the most recent critical thumbnail, but Chinese chess champion stripped of title after
Uh,
defecating in hotel bathtub.
yes.
Huh.
So
Yes.
2024 is already off to a good start.
We're ringing in the new year well, yes.
I mean, hey,
That's not the full story on that one, though. Apparently, the guy is being investigated. Another person is being investigated for butt plug related chess cheatery.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
That's
think
the
that got
second
I think that guy
time.
that guy got cleared.
Yeah, that guy
Cleared of
did, but
everything.
this is like this Chinese guy, I think, who defecated in the hotel. And yeah, I guess maybe he defecated because the vibe in his butt was too strong, and
I mean,
he.
makes sense. Or you're trying to play a really tricky play, queef to G1, what have you.
Something like that.
God. Yeah, well, okay, here's the question. How badly did he shit to get banned? Like,
I don't know.
straight up banned.
Well,
That's wild.
that is something to be thrown out of a hotel for. I mean, what if
Yeah.
the guy's just got like some kind of, what if he's got a stomach sickness or something, you
Yeah,
know?
what if he coughed really, really hard one time and, was like, oh God, what happened? And had to clean it up.
Mm,
I'm not saying it's
Exactly.
happened to me, but I'm saying it has happened to people before.
There's a precedent for it,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Man, now I do kind of need to look into that story later.
Well, China might have slightly different laws or whatever involving shitting on the bed.
Minus 100 social credit. Shit in an improper receptacle.
You will no longer have fingers to play chess with. Or
Yeah.
wipe your ass.
It is a cruel system, but fair.
Yeah, the latter is the bigger problem there, I would say.
Yeah. But, fuck, yeah, there's been a bunch of stories. We took a small break because of the holidays. We wanted to enjoy it for a little bit,
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy it. I got sick immediately after the episode, and I'm still sick now, so
Yeah.
enjoy
hell
it.
yeah.
Well, we planned to. Things fall apart.
I hope you guys enjoyed it to some extent, at least.
Well, stress aside, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I played a bunch of Metal Gear Solid. I finished Metal Gear Solid 1, and then now I'm halfway through Metal Gear Solid 2. And then,
Nice.
because of this, I re-downloaded Metal Gear Solid 5. I was like, yep, alright, we're going back.
There's no reason to do that, though.
I like 5, and up until a point, there's a certain part where it's like, okay, can we skip this mission?
5
This
is a
one?
game. It's a sad case for me because like I like the gameplay. It's the best Metal Gear game, like in terms of that. But then like I don't know. It's the fucking entire second half. Even the first half is kind of stupid and garbage and like just a waste of time.
Yeah.
And David Hayter not being there and Troy Baker being there and just the whole fucking thing. It just doesn't feel it feels like the best Metal Gear game, but it also doesn't feel like a fucking Metal Gear game at all.
I would have been okay with a lot more if the second half of the game doesn't just instantly fall into the trash. I'm gonna be honest.
Basically. I mean, like, that's the thing, though. People say it's the second half, but, like, the first half is already, I don't know, the vocal cord parasites for some reason. I don't know what the fuck that's got to do with anything. It's just kind of like a pointless little side story that has nothing to do with anything, I guess, but, like, Kojima kind of fits it into the canon.
It feels like it was meant to mean more, but you can tell exactly when, like, something happened, like, development-wise.
You can tell when Konami started shutting off the lights at Koji Pro.
Yeah, it's like you can instantly, like, it's a rare case I've seen of a video game where you can just instantly notice, like, oh, there's something gone here. Something happened right in this mission. Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I mean, speaking of...
Some of that's a spoiler, but...
I think we talked about it probably already, but speaking of Kojima...
Yeah.
And speaking of unfinished games that didn't end up happening because of cut ties with Konami, at least fucking PT is happening again, so that's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I've only seen a little bit about that, though.
Did you see any of the stuff with, like, the secrets in the trailer, Tristan?
No.
Oh, well...
First off, I do want to say that I called it during that live stream. I was like, "That's a PT door."
That's clear. I mean, I haven't played it, and I knew that was the door.
To be fair, it's a fucking door.
Well, it's the same door with Kojima,
and it has like a light above the door that's very similar. But the trailer. I don't know. Some people might not know about. I guess Tristan, you don't know about this. The trailer for it when we were watching the Game Awards, it was that one with the. The actors reading that thing about, like, the quacking dove or something. It was basically like...
line.
It was like the Quick Brown Fox line, but it was like a different version of that. And so during that, the fucking Udo Kier actor, there's parts where he has letters in his mouth that spell out, like, a town in Japan that something has connections to Silent Hill.
I can actually explain this one. So... It was like 5 letters which related to a town in Shizuoka Prefecture. Not good with that part. But that prefecture is, like, it's basically, I'm not explaining this very well, but it's basically in Japanese means quiet. And it's a hilly area, therefore Silent Hill.
Well, no, it literally translates to, like, quiet, silent hills or something like that. It's Atami.
And funny enough, the postal code was the developer name for PT. It was 9980 Studios. I'm almost certain I got that right.
Yeah.
But they...
So, I mean...
Yeah, they did that.
Like, it's interesting when you talk about Metal Gear Solid 5. I don't know if we've ever talked about it, really.
I don't think we have.
The insane levels of, like, cope that I and probably you and many other people
so
had.
Much cope.
Yeah, the whole, like, no, there's still part of the game. It's still out there. Part 3 is still out there. The last mission.
Yeah. Well, because the rumor was that the final chapter piece, which you can find the title card in the game's files, and it was supposed to be tied to nuclear disarmament. Which...
Yeah.
technically can never be achieved in a few ways. One, because Konami will never fix this game's servers and there's some inherent bugs. And two,
Yeah.
even when people tried hacking to fix it, Konami still didn't give those people the W, and then internally just said that it'll never happen. Which,
Yeah, they're like disabled the thing.
yeah, which it makes me wonder, like, what the fuck is actually supposed to happen past that cutscene?
I
Like,
mean, I remember that there was like a released version of the ending, which was like
yeah,
it was that thing where he goes, boss and the soldiers go and like track down the stolen Metal Gear. No, no spoilers, but you know, the stolen Metal Gear at the end, and then they track it down, and there's a dramatic thing, and there's a horrible scene where Kiefer Sutherland goes no, and it's just as bad as it sounds. And yeah, people really wanted that to be the real ending of the game because it got cut. But I'm like, man, that sure wouldn't have been better. I don't know.
I
That was
mean,
still garbage.
we will have to do a Metal Gear hyperfixation.
We probably do, yeah,
Yeah.
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 If only because I'm really hoping that fucking collection part 2 with 4 comes out sometime in this next decade, or preferably
I'm
in the
sure
next
it
6
will.
months, because I want to fucking play that game again, and I don't want to.
Didn't they like cancel the second volume of the Castlevania one though? I mean
No, no, they released,
Yeah,
they did release it, I think.
they
the
had
advanced collection was meant to be that.
oh okay,
Yeah,
because it was like volume one and then advanced collection. So I guess I just yeah maybe they just changed it. But I
Konami
feel
is
like
not known for sticking with their own branding. It's
yeah
hilarious.
I don't know. I feel like Konami's they're trying, you know, they're trying to some extent. They're gonna have you mentioned there was some news with the Silent Hill game that was
Um,
happening, quote unquote game that was happening.
Yeah, Ascension is now in its mid-season point, and I'm
Hmm.
working on doing the mid-season review, which has actually kind of turned into a weird rant in a way.
I imagine so. Yes.
Um, yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with the rest of the things. The only company that's talked about any of their announcements is No Code, people behind Silent Hill Townfall, and they've
Mm.
said that we have no news until next year, which
Ah,
that's literally
well,
the
that's
only
a
news
good
we've gotten.
good announcement. Yeah.
And in their tweets, they kind of implied that they wanted to talk about stuff this year, but legally they couldn't. So,
Mm.
um,
Hmm.
I mean, Konami's actually trying lately, which is horrifyingly weird. It feels like, it feels like an abusive like relationship where suddenly
It's like the episode of King of the Hill where Lenore comes back.
yeah, it really
Yeah.
does.
You don't expect it. You're kind of it's off-putting, and eventually we have to be like, okay, no, we have bloodstained now. We don't need you anymore, Konami.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the heel to drop, but so far, I mean, like the Master Collection has been fine. It's not great. It's fine.
Yeah, it
Um,
is. It is perfectly adequate, and that's
it's
something. You know, I understand why people are disappointed.
How was the that
yeah.
old PS3 collection that had like everything?
It was pretty decent. Mostly what that was for first game it was the PlayStation 3's emulation, so it didn't
Oh,
come for
okay, yeah.
360. Then
Yeah.
it was the Metal Gear Collection, and then 4 on a Blu-ray. They were separate, but they were on a Blu-ray each. And then I think it included the original 2 in 3, but I'm not fully certain. This one
Yeah,
separates
I
them for
think it did.
3, which is weird.
Yeah, it's like fucking $30 for Metal Gear 1 on Steam.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
insane.
so fucking
I'll,
strange.
I'll say this, folks: do not buy them separately, especially if they are not on super cheap sale. Because
Yeah, good lord.
yeah, on the PlayStation Store they had MGS3 for like $15, or the collection for 40. Buy the collection. Like if you're
Well,
gonna buy one,
you
buy
know,
the collection.
if you literally only want to play MGS3, like that's the only
Yeah,
one you want. You have like the original on from GOG, and I think 2 is also on GOG, and that's the only one you want is
yeah.
3. Then sure.
But yeah,
you can get them separately. But if you're getting any more than that, get them all together.
Yeah, I mean, like whenever the collection 2 comes out, like if it includes 5, I'll probably not buy it like the whole bundle essentially, because I already own 5. I don't need a new version of that. But if you don't own 5, it's $20. But if you're gonna buy this collection and it comes with it, then buy the collection. It's as good as Konami was ever going to do. Actually, it's probably better than what I thought Konami was going to do.
Yeah, honestly, actually you don't have it on Switch. I was gonna ask if they fixed MGS2.
As far as I know, the Switch versions are still goofy. Probably wouldn't buy the Switch versions.
That really sucks because like the MGS2 ran at 60 on PS2. How could it not run at 60 on
the only platform that game ever released at 30 frames, I think, was a Vita.
Oh no!
Yeah, the Vita version sucked.
Oh god!
Admittedly, the best part of the Switch version is it's the HD collection with like better controls.
So what I find very odd is the fact that it's Metal Gear Solid 3 and MGS2, but it's not Subsistence and Substance. It's just Snake Eater and.
It's the HD collection versions. They just go by the original name.
Yeah, they just renamed them.
Yeah, so
but it's very odd to me because the Subsistence had Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake.
So but the HD collection version.
Now they're trying to like piecemeal it out so that that's a separate purchase that you can make, which is
admittedly
it's always seemed slimy.
With each of these games, they have some extra stuff like If I boot up Metal Gear 1 and 2, because I've got those installed, it includes like a master book for each game, which is essentially the entire series, even the side games, including Survive.
They basically just ported the like Xbox 360 version of MGS2 that I already have and was recently playing. And that's what I can get for fucking $60 on Steam now.
Although it does render at 1080p on everything but the Switch, which is a resolution upgrade from the HD collection at 720p.
I guess, I suppose that, but then if you get it on the Switch, the poor Switch users.
I think all across the board, and then 30.
Like it literally looks worse on the. God, it looks worse on the Switch than it would have like 10 years ago when it came out on the 360.
It's a step up from Vita. That's it.
Oh, well.
I mean, if I'll say this, if you're wanting to just play Metal Gear Solid 1 and that's $20, the Switch version is perfectly fine.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Which, honestly, I do feel like the Switch would be a pretty good MGS1 machine.
Well, it's better than trying to use the fucking... I got a PSP like a couple years ago, and every time I've ever tried to use the PSP for PlayStation 1 games, it's always been this fucked up nightmare.
It's usually awful.
Because it doesn't have an L2 or R2 button.
I've always wondered how that works.
They do like some games. They do like a fucking thing with the thumbstick, so you have to like press a button and get the thumbstick to work as like an L2 R2. It's a horrible thing. And then any game that has like DualShock support is also fucked too. It's just not the best, but this is probably the best portable Metal Gear Solid 2 system, and 1 as well, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the Steam Deck exists.
True.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Fuck it, buy the Steam Deck version. Emulate it. I mean, there is some benefits to the HD collection versions, but again, wait for a sale. Wait for a sale, folks. I bought it at $40. That's a great price. $60's too much.
Yeah, I mean it's technically on sale now for $63.99,
Canadian,
which is Canadian, which is a lot. That's still a lot for a bunch of old games like that. At least it's better than is it better than the horrible fucking Red Dead re-release that they're doing? Is that already out? Is that out already?
That's out. There are
Yeah.
some.
I released a while ago.
They have updated the Red Dead thing to where if you play on PlayStation 5, it is 60 frames per second.
Mm.
So
That's cool.
That's a bonus. The
You know,
problem
it'd be
is,
even cooler though.
yeah,
A fucking PC port. A
PC
fucking
port with
PC port,
multiplayer.
Rockstar.
Multiplayer
A fucking
mode.
PC port, Rockstar.
The problem is there's no great way to play Red Dead 1 now, really, because all of them have like some like caveat. If you want to play 360 or Xbox One, you'll get the online, but you'll get 30 frames, you'll get really blurry textures, which you don't get in the PlayStation 4 and 5 version. PlayStation 4 higher texture quality, PlayStation 5 60 frames per second, but you also get no online mode. You know,
Yeah.
something's got to give
on
there.
Switch, it's basically just the PS4 version, but a little bit worse.
So this
Yeah.
is interesting because it brings us swiftly into how much I hate Rockstar. Actually, because I was just about
Yeah.
to say because there's some news. There's some news there. I was just gonna. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna really quick bring up some culture war bullshit
Oh, boy.
involving
Okay.
Kojima.
Oh, Culture War and Kojima. Oh, go ahead. Go
Hell
ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So this is gonna be a really quick stop. A really quick.
Oh, let me guess.
Really
It has
quick
to do with
detour.
Jordan Peele.
I was gonna say that or Hunter Schafer.
It's not Jordan Peele or it's not anybody who's like involved with the production.
Oh goddamn!
It's that one fucking girl who makes the haha funny meme shock face.
Oh, the like.
Uh, I can't.
What,
I don't
one of
know.
the actresses in the thing?
Yeah. So
It's
Sophia Lillis.
Sophia Lillis, the one with the down arrow tongue. Her tongue when she screams is apparently shaped like a down arrow. So
Oh, God,
YMS
yeah, it
thinks
is.
that YMS thinks that it's like pointing down at something as a clue, a secret clue.
Oh shit! You know that actually could be.
So what happened with her?
after the game, no, not really with her, but to her. So after the Game Awards, obviously everybody memed that face because
It is kind
I
of
don't
funny in a
know.
way, but
it's a bit funny, like the face she's making, but everyone's like, this is modern gaming now. It's all Hollywood aesthetics and Hollywood values.
well,
Oh, the values.
yeah, it's exactly the kind of person you think it is if you're saying that.
Yeah, there's wait, hang on. Is this all the same guy? Oh my god, this is all the same guy. I didn't notice that before.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So
I
I'm
should probably pull up Discord
gonna
then.
post a link to the compilation of this dude spurging out, and I'm gonna read them. The first one is
yeah.
Kojima chose boring realism and Hollywood values. Kamiya chose aesthetics over realistic standards. The yin and yang, the cuck and Chad.
Well, he actually
Where
says
it's-
the yin and yang because he's an
Actually,
idiot.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
My brain
And-
auto-corrected because I'm
and
not
it's-
retarded.
Yeah, it's the side by side of her screaming and Bayonetta, and I guess
From Bayonetta 3, which is the worst game in the series.
It's a
like you didn't
rough
even
game.
choose like one or two.
It's well, she's pretty in the game, but you
Yeah.
know, I don't
The game's
know.
rough in
I,
other ways. Yeah, it's
I do think I've always preferred Bayonetta 1's look. Everybody says they like her with her hair cut short in 2, but no, she's cool in 1.
I do prefer her aesthetically with her hair cut short, but man, that's some interesting implications because her clothes are all hair.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, but it's basically just this the classic like comparing Injustice Wonder Woman and her jaw to like Tales of whatever anime girl jaw face and like look at American Western design. That kind of thing.
It's
Yeah.
not it hasn't even begun yet.
yeah.
Oh.
Here's
in
another.
the whole tweet. There's 3 more, Claw.
Back
Oh,
when
boy.
I was a fanboy, now I've the sad ability to be unbiased towards any franchise I like. Period. No space. I had a discussion with a friend, parentheses Splinter Cell fan, about Kojima. He said,
Splinter Cell fans,
"Watch
what
that."
do you mean, dead people?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry.
God, I honestly, I feel sorry for that Splinter Cell fan. He hasn't had a new game since Blacklist.
Oh,
Yeah.
Blacklist.
Continuing,
Sorry.
he said, watch that guy fall apart after Hollywood brainwashed him. He will copy the worst Western values. He was right.
I don't understand what this fucking is even trying to say. I mean,
As
back when I was a
woke?
fanboy,
Question mark.
now I've the sad ability to be unbiased toward any franchise I like. Yeah, you're
Yeah, he
very
didn't continue the
unbiased.
back when I was a fanboy thing.
I don't know what that was. Yeah,
Oh,
and then
maybe
I don't
maybe
think
back when
he
he was a
knows.
fanboy, he had the discussion.
I guess okay. And
Yeah.
then he said, "Watch that guy." Oh, so Kojima, watch Kojima fall apart after Hollywood brainwashed. Okay, well, okay.
You do realize that
I
you're a fan of the Tom Clancy series, right?
I mean, I will. Yeah, well, there is that. I will say. I mean, I prefer the comparison in this one is her screaming compared to one of the Beauty and the Beasts from MGS4, and like I don't know. I mean, I do prefer older Kojima games, but before he decided to get all up his ass about being a fucking filmmaker or whatever. But I don't think it has nothing to do with culture war, though. I
MGS
mean.
MGS4 was basically a movie.
All
80
of his
fucking
games
hours
are
of time.
movies. They've
True,
always
true.
been that way.
It was more than usual though.
Yeah.
Dude,
But
there's
none
a
of this has
lot of
anything to
cutscenes.
do with culture war, though. This is very strange.
Oh yeah, then
The
we get
next
into that third one.
Oh no, it's custom it's culture war kind of in general, like calling him a cuck for having
Yeah. This
photorealism.
this guy is a culture war bullshit artist.
Yeah. So the next tweet: Hollywood cannot create anything new. They can only corrupt and ruin what was good. What good forces have invented or made. Punish Kojima, the man who became a cuck.
And this is just getting to be unhinged. I mean, this one it's her
It's all the same
screaming.
fucking guy.
I know it's all the same guy. It's
I
her.
wasn't. I wasn't aware of it all being the same guy when I bookmarked this.
Yeah, I mean that makes it even worse because so this one it's the girl screaming and then next to her is
He's
maiden
obsessed with
girl.
this image.
The maiden girl from Elden Ring. It's her, and so I just so there's just actors in a video game, and he's just turned this into a war of good and evil. I guess this is real insanity right here.
And
Wow.
then the last one is just silly. Hyperrealism is just a nuanced word for degenerates and parasites pretending to wipe with an H out beauty from the entertainment industry and putting ugly people, diversity freaks in charge. Which
Which Sophia is not an ugly people diversity freak.
she really fucking isn't.
She's a white bitch. Like, what the fuck is this guy
Yeah.
on about?
Yeah,
Like,
she's
like,
just
if this
making
was-
a slightly unflattering facial expression.
if
Calm
this
the fuck down.
if this was like a transgender actress, it wouldn't be better, but it would at least make sense for somebody to be so upset. But this is just
Well, see, funny enough,
uh,
there is a transgender actress in this game.
and that's not the
Of course,
part
they're
that.
just ignoring it.
Oh,
course.
They're so stupid, they think that's why.
okay. So this guy does he even know then that this isn't that person? I think he might just think that this is that person. Like he heard through the grapevine.
No.
He
There's
might be an
okay.
idiot.
That might explain it then, but this whole like culture war thing based on just I don't know. Kojima's always fucking been this way, dude. Like he keeps showing shots of MGS4 and Beauty and the Beast core, and it's like that was the most movie like of all of the series. That was the one that was the most him up his own ass 4-hour cutscene before you can play fucking what the fuck.
It's also the one where near the end, spoilers I guess if you haven't played MGS4, I haven't, but I don't really care. Ocelot just kind of kisses Snake for no reason.
It's true.
Just because he felt a little silly.
Yeah. there's a comment here that says fella praised Chinese shovelware for having hot chicks compared to Street Fighter 6, by the way. Which
Oh, he plays Genshin.
was that the Chinese
Everything makes
shovelware?
perfect sense.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, if it ain't manga like manga lawyer, he's probably not that bright.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got an avatar of like I think it's like Bart's from Final Fantasy V or something, but
I think this is a Final Fantasy II character.
it might be it might be that then, but
Maybe the original actually. I'm not sure.
yeah, it's not great taste, I guess, but not great opinions. I don't know. Very very strange fucking place to plant your flag, you know.
And it's like it's a trailer, one, to kind of set the concept up, two, to kind of you know, obviously like get new hires in because
Yeah, that's what most trailers are for.
yeah, and also
In addition to building hype.
Kojima, also loves Jeff Keighley and wanted to give his man crush a win this year.
Honestly, they should just marry each other. I'm sure their wives would get along too. They can do like a little
Honestly,
do a spouse swap.
I support it.
They can form a polycule. It'll be great.
It'd be great. But no,
Oh yeah, Rock. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, going from people getting upset at that, we could go with something else people have been upset about. I don't know why I was transitioning that way, but actually, you know what? We should do the ad read. I'm looking at the time here.
Oh hell yeah!
Yes.
Hey guys, you know Cushy Dreams.
I've heard of
Cushy Dreams. Have you fucking heard of them? Have you been listening for all this time and still not heard of Cushy Dreams?
Look,
I might have come up once or twice.
Yeah, you never know. Look, we're coming into a new year, a new you, and you know what helped?
Dude, new year, new weed. Hell yeah.
New year, new dro. A little bit of weed, a little bit of gummies. Cushy Dreams has everything you want and need, and then some. And let me tell you, folks, if you go to cushydreams.com and use promo code LOUD25 at checkout, you'll get 25% off any order. Any order.
And it's good shit too. Like I haven't had Cushy Dreams in a while, but I smoked real the other day before Christmas, and I was sick the entire next day. It was not a pleasant experience, but
you're saying you had real weed, and that's what happened to you?
Yeah, it made me sick as a dog, man. That was rough on
Cushy
Christmas
Dreams.
Eve too.
Cushy Dreams just formulates it better.
Yeah, like for real. Some weird fucking bum boom ass strain some dude around here picked up. It pales in comparison to Cushy Dreams.
Yeah. And look, the best thing about Cushy Dreams is you don't have to deal with dealers. You don't have to sit there and watch, fucking a Fairly Odd Parents rerun while he's telling you about his boat he's got for sale. You don't have to do that.
He'll tell you about crystals while he fucking packs the bong, and you just gotta sit there and just nod your head like, yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah,
bro, I'm trying to listen to Cosmo and Wanda, bro. Just get it going.
Oh, yeah. Then, like, his weirdo girlfriend hits on you, and you're just like, huh, okay, that's weird. All right. We've all had that experience. That's not the point. Point is, Cushy Dreams does not give you those awful experiences. You can sit there and wait for the mailman while you're watching, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or not Price is Right. What was I thinking? Deal or No Deal. You ever watch Deal or No Deal while you're high?
No,
I can't say that I have.
That is a mind-blowing experience, and Cushy Dreams will give you that experience.
Dude, hell yeah! I gotta do that.
That
sounds amazing.
There is, I don't know if you guys have a Roku, but Roku, and I think Tubi also has one of those channels of just like constantly airing shows.
Pluto, yeah, I use Pluto TV for Doctor Who, and it's fantastic.
And let me tell you, whoever has that Deal or No Deal station, you've been getting money directly from me for the last year and a half. So I hope you enjoy. But yeah, again, cushydreams.com. Use promo code LOUD25. Let's get back to the show.
Real quick, just to clarify, code LOUD25, LOUD25, and that gets you 25% off your order. And if you put 70, so is it 75 or up,
It's
you get free
75.
shipping.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It pays for itself.
It really does. And
It's good
you get to help out Cushy Dreams, you get to help out yourself with some free weed, and most fucking importantly, you get
Yes.
to help us out.
Oh
Us,
yes.
the
Yeah, we
literal
really
swamis
are.
of God.
We're the
Yep.
most important people in this equation, so you're gonna wanna. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
and let me just offer as well. Thank you to Cushy Dreams. But
Yes.
if you'd also like to help us out, we have a Patreon. We have some
Yes.
merch. You can buy a really nice, cool T-shirt with a really cool logo on it. You could buy
Yeah.
a desk mat with a really cool logo on it.
We
You
gotta
could
get
get
those
a.
desk mats.
Oh
They
yeah.
seem
We
so
don't have
cool.
them yet.
I haven't got the samples
Well,
yet.
Yeah, not yet.
By
ah,
the way, I will
damn.
say this: we are setting up for a really big next year. I've been banking up pretty much every dime that we've gotten from everything,
Yeah,
and
Nice.
I've been denied my pay.
I'm
Send help.
I'm so, I mean,
I got Resident Evil 4 separate ways today. I'm fine. I'm
Bane
chilling.
gifted me Postal 4, so I'm
I treated.
I asked he said like a game off of your wish list, and I'm like, oh, I
Yep.
guess Postal 4, and then now I have
That's
it, and I'm like, did I really need Postal 4 in my life? You know, it's fine. I appreciate it,
hey, you're
but
good, brother.
it's good though because it's the Steam version, so it'll actually get the updates and everything.
Exactly.
I will say,
You don't got to deal with
people
workaround.
people are really shit. I'm interested actually about Postal 4. People are
Yeah.
really shitty toward it and have been saying, well, like I've heard, like Civi apparently likes Postal 4,
I
but
like it.
like I've seen a lot of just the usual like actual reviews or whatever. It's getting like a 2 out of 10, worst game of the year,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And like I just remember like Postal 2 is one of my favorite games because it's I mean, there's just basically nothing else like it. It's like a really unusual type of game that's kind of both open world and linear and has like a checklist, but it's not really like a Ubisoft game.
Yeah.
It's like a Metroidvania shooter a little bit, but not
Yeah, it's
really.
also just fun and silly.
It's really fun and stupid and silly, and yeah, it's great. And so I'm looking forward to Postal 4. I hope it's just a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Also, Postal 2 has one of the greatest pistols in gaming.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
It's like the Halo CE pistol. I routinely went through. There's the part where you're escaping from the terrorists or whatever in the sewer, and I just sniping them from across the map with the pistol. It's broken. It's wonderful. I love it.
yeah. I mean, the
If
first
you haven't
game.
played Postal 2, anybody play Postal 2.
Yeah, the second game, I should say. That's the first game. Jesus. The second game, it was also very like polarizing. Especially looking at reviews here, Metacritic it has a 50 score, 50 out of
Oh
100.
yeah, yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, sure.
Postal 2 is a very innovative and interesting game. Like
Yeah.
from a gameplay perspective, if you turn off all the dialogue or whatever, if that's not your thing, the gameplay is really interesting and fun. And it does not deserve a 50. That's bullshit.
It should
Postal
be at
1
least a 70.
Postal 1 and 3. Like Postal 1's interesting, but it's like overly
It's
grim
its own
dark.
beast.
It's like a school shooter game basically, Postal 1.
Yeah.
It's way more, I don't know. I wouldn't say indefensible, but like I can
I
see
would
why
call it
people would
mean
be.
spirited.
Yes, it's mean spirit, yeah. Postal 2 is like South Park though. It's just a funny, wacky, stupid good
It,
time. And then 3 was made like by dirty, filthy Russians or something, and so it's not good.
Yeah, three was made. It was an interesting thing because they were having issues and they were like, "Look, we want to make a third game, but we don't have the money." And
We don't want to pay for a third game.
well, look, it's not just that; they're also the publisher for it, Akela, who was the developer of it, also now the developer of 3, but the publisher of 2 in Europe and then 2 later in the West after their original publisher kind of fucked off. Mind you, this is what I remember. I could be completely wrong on that last part, but essentially, they, at first had their highest team working on it, and apparently were doing good, and then Russia had a similar financial crisis to us in 2008, where the bottom fell out.
Yeah.
Yep. And because of that, Akela had to basically downsize their A team, and then downsize their B team, and then use their C team to finish what they had for Postal 3.
Yeah,
Wild.
it's just a big mess. I've seen more than enough from it, and I don't know. It's
There has
disappointing.
been a community effort to fix it since the source code leaked.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
funny thing you should mention a source
Yes.
code leak.
Yes.
So we were talking about Rockstar earlier, and we were talking about Red Dead, and I was going to transition into this because I started thinking, boy, yeah, it's a shame that their Red Dead remake thing wasn't a remake. Like they already had the fucking map almost like half of the map is
Yeah.
done in Red Dead 2. All they needed to do was do like a single player DLC like remake of the original game in the engine for 2. But that would have taken effort because Rockstar is terrible and evil and sucks, and they don't want to do effort. So speaking of not wanting to have effort or do anything cool, how about all those cool DLCs and things like Bully 2 that we're never going to get?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I have
good
to
lord.
structure this in a weird way to follow up into another story that you have. This will make
Mhm.
sense. But it turns out during the original 2022 leaks, at least this is what I've gathered, because nobody's
Oh,
given
of GTA 6, you mean?
Yes. It
Right,
seems
right.
that his threat of leaking source code seemingly actually was real and did leak. However, it did not leak publicly. It leaked in private circles.
Mm.
And this is not uncommon. This is I can tell you this. I have access to a finished, like an almost finished game that got canceled a couple years ago that has been leaked in private circles. And
Wow.
I'm not gonna reveal that to anyone because I'll
game.
I'll tell you guys.
the fucking game.
I'll show you guys like sometime soon. But there's like a lot of things that have leaked in private circles that don't get out until they do. And this was one of those things that didn't leak out until it did. And it was because this one guy within that private group was desperate to make money and sell the code. He even got so desperate he was willing to sell for $200 at one point. And when it turns
Jesus
out
Christ.
that, yeah, $200. And here's the thing, right? This is stolen goods. This is the kind of shit you don't touch until it's fully out there. Which is why I can say that, yeah, I've got the build of Wolverine, but I did not leak the build of Wolverine. That's two different things. This dumbass leaked the source code of the biggest game of all time, the most profitable game of all time.
Smart.
You say dumbass, I say hero. I don't know.
I mean, hero in a way.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say. I mean, maybe he's a dumbass, but
Yeah.
like, man,
But
there's some...
legally speaking, this dude will take a lot of the fall.
Yeah, he sure is. This the guy who's being put away for life?
This is not that guy.
Oh, this is a
This is
different
another
guy.
This is another guy.
Oh,
And
Jesus
here's the
Christ!
thing. This is like breaking, like somebody breaks into a pawn shop, right, and gives everyone you know TVs, but you decide to give that TV away and say, "Hey, yeah, this is one of those stolen TVs." It's like you instantly become the new fall guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
And honest to God, there's no one to blame on this one but himself. On like when nobody would buy it, people knew that was way too fucking hot.
Mm.
What a strange situation.
It
I mean,
is.
people know it's too hot, but then it's still. I mean, it's a pretty big
valued.
fucking deal, obviously. Yeah, once this happens. So, what exactly was it that's leaked, Bane?
So effectively, I believe it was almost 200 gigs of files, which was essentially the like uncompiled mess of Rockstar stuff. There's a lot of things, including Bully 2 files, which proves that at one point in development, Bully 2 was a thing. There was also some early scripts for some early Python scripts for GTA 6. Nothing that actually matters now.
Yeah.
There was a test for Midnight Club 5 at one point. It seems like that is gone. That one hurt.
Man.
That one hurts a lot. That one hurts a lot. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, bully, like, so some people, I mean, it was a long time ago now, so it might be worth just catching some younger people maybe up or people who aren't aware. Rockstar Games in the 2000s
yeah.
put out like a game every couple months or every month,
It
and
was
some of
at
them
least
weren't
one a year.
amazing. Some of them weren't amazing. I mean, I'm talking about like everything that they would like. They
Yeah.
had they published a ton of shit, and you would see like games and be like, "Oh, that was a Rockstar game," and it wasn't like a Rockstar North, but it was like published by them, you know. And
Yeah.
so you saw a lot more of them, and you'd get like Smuggler's Run, The Warriors, all of these weird games. But then you'd also
You get a
get
fucking ping pong game.
you
Fuck
get
it.
Yeah.
Why not?
whatever.
I
Why?
love
Why
that ping
not?
pong game.
Sure. Just to test out the fucking engine, sure. But then you'd also get like GTA 3 was what, 2002?
Yeah.
I think it's
2001, I
2000.
think.
Yeah, I think late 2001.
And then Vice City was like late 2002. San Andreas was 2004. These are three classics in the span of like 4 years or something. 3 years, whatever. And it's been and now, you know, you get this. It's and they put out Bully, and it was a classic. They put out Midnight Club. They put out a whole series of these cool racing games, Midnight Club, and now you get these like these fucking leaks, and it's just, yeah, remember Bully? Yeah, they did too, and then they murdered it, and they murdered fucking
It's
Midnight Club,
it's
and
so weird that Rockstar went from that kind of output to, hey, here's GTA 4.
Well, I can
Hey,
actually kind of explain it.
here's a Red Dead game that's new and interesting like GTA. Hey, here's GTA 5.
hey, here's Red Dead 2.
Hey, here's a sequel to that Red Dead game that we did that you guys liked.
So
Hey, here's GTA 6.
here's the thing. Their plans seemingly for the 2010s were to have Bully 2 and like at least another game out already. But it seems like a lot of people left alongside Leslie Benzies.
Ah.
Yep. Which leads into around the time that and this hurts a little bit, but the canceled DLCs that we got for single player, which I'll start with the three that don't really matter as much, and one that doesn't make very much sense, that third one. The single player assassination pack, the single player manhunt pack, and then the single player Norman pack, which two of those make sense. They're related to online DLCs. The third one,
And one of them was Norman Osborn from Spider-Man.
Green Goblin.
I'm something of a DLC myself.
Then the other two weird.
Oh wait,
ones.
what is the Norman one? What is that supposed to be?
That's seemingly the only thing people really like theorized is that Norman is someone who was working on the pack, and just placeholder name was Norman.
Okay.
Then the two other packs, one seemingly is a single player version of a multiplayer pack, but it just is called Enterprise Pack. There's one relationship pack, Prologue DLC, which is interesting and seemingly is a North Yankton based DLC.
Oh yeah, that's what that would have been.
Yeah. Then this one is, we've known this one existed, but we didn't know that there was a code name for it. But Agent Trevor, which ended up being reworked into multiplayer as the Doomsday Heist. Because
that's something.
Yeah, and I mean, most of the work for a lot of these got ported into multiplayer stuff. Now, I'm going to skip the last one currently on this list because I want to talk about the other two that have been talked about. Before this, there was supposed to be a Franklin DLC where I can't remember if... I can't remember what that one was, if it was zombies or aliens. No, that one was aliens. So he was supposed to be taking on like an alien invasion of the city. And then Michael was supposed to be fighting a zombie apocalypse, like Undead Nightmare.
Mm.
And that one was supposed to be like basically late not 360, but like Xbox One and PS4 DLC essentially. The last one was a really big and interesting one, and it's sad because I would have loved to seen it. And there's even leaks, like full on, like in-game like test things for it. Liberty V, which was supposed to be Liberty
Yep.
City and Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, it's always been a little strange that they didn't try to do anything with that.
I mean, the big, and this leak also does kind of confirm that the internal file name, like the internal project name for GTA 6 is Project Americas. The rumor was that they always wanted to do, kind of like what the Crew
Super
did.
game.
Yeah. Where it's like,
Yeah.
you could just drive there. It would take time.
Well,
but
I
you could
mean,
drive there.
I don't see why they haven't done a thing like, I don't know, like the Modern Warfares or whatever, where you just start up GTA 5 and I want to fly over to Liberty City from 4. I mean, it's still they still have the. That's very strange. Like, maybe not a whole single player thing, but just for multiplayer, that would be cool. And they just never did that.
And
because 4's multiplayer is like fucking dead and buried too. So
yeah, 4 the only way you can play that's 360 and PS3 really.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's all hackers.
Now there's also some other interesting stuff in here that leaked, including early maps, which basically don't have like the top of the map in GTA 5 now. Essentially, it's a lot smaller. There is old versions of like North Yankton, which at one point was a lot bigger and at one point was a lot smaller.
I gotta see the early maps because I wonder. There's like old fake leaks from 4chan, and I just wonder if some of them maybe were real. Geez,
there's a whole list of everything there. I just linked you.
Okay,
but some of the interesting ones, the ones that I was like, oh fuck, are the alternate endings. So, before I continue here, folks, skip ahead like 4 or 5 minutes if you don't know the plot of GTA 5 and don't want it spoiled for you, because it inherently
You're somehow still watching our show where we've had a whole ass hyperfixations episode on Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. And we might have to have a second one, honestly, down the road. But that's a different story.
Honestly, because we ran out of energy quick on that thing.
True. But the original version of the Kill Trevor ending. So what happens in here is internally they'll have a description for every mission and an author. So this one is titled Finale 1, and this was the Kill Trevor ending. The description is...
Oh my god, the map for the game Agent that never existed is in this leak. Holy shit.
I didn't even know how I could talk about Agent.
Holy shit. Agent was like just announced and then nothing else ever from it, and there's now a map available. What the fuck? Wow. Anyways.
So yeah, Franklin has decided to kill Trevor. He confronts him and ends up chasing him. Michael turns up and forces Trevor to crash into a liquid nitrogen storage truck. Trevor is frozen and Michael smashes Trevor with a 2x4. Franklin and Michael say their goodbyes.
God.
Which, that's fucking metal. But then, Finale 2, which is the Kill Michael ending, Franklin has decided to kill Michael. They meet out in the country. After a short chase with trains in the way, they reach a power plant. Here, Michael is fleeing whilst every so of the taking shots at Franklin. There is a big typo there. Michael reaches over the top of the tower. Franklin follows to the top. Michael ends up over the barrier whilst fighting Franklin. Michael is then dropped by Franklin onto a police helicopter's rotating blades.
Ooh.
Yep. And then the seemingly ending C has always just been the Death Wish ending where all three of them fight back. So, hey, that's something.
Only 2 concepts. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, this is bad.
But it does seem...
this is bad. There was a creepy old mailman with a hook hand, and we didn't get him. We didn't get him. I could have had a Bully 2 with a creepy old mailman with a hook hand. And it looks like, and the art style, there's actual art, and there's a town. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna fucking die.
God, no.
This sucks. This fucking sucks.
Oh man. Let's see here. But yeah, so after Leslie Benzies basically, um, I don't know how to describe how he like split from Rockstar. I'm trying to find a way to describe it here. Yeah, he took a sabbatical leave in 2014, and then in 2016 he left the company. When he went to work, and then noticed that his door locks were changed. So he got a settlement from them, and then built a new company in 2018, and then hired a lot of people. Like a lot of people left in 2016 when he left, and then he ended up hiring
Hmm.
a lot of the people that didn't get other jobs for like past that for Build a Rocket Boy, which is his new
I feel
company.
like there's been a few different scenarios where it's been like one guy leaves the company and
Yeah.
like everybody should probably have just taken note of that when that happened because that was probably a big deal, that kind of thing. Like, yeah, I think once that guy left, it was him being like, Rockstar's dead. This company is dead and buried. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I like the look of Six. Like I like the look of Six a
Well, yeah,
lot.
but you're a shill, so of
Yeah,
course you do.
I don't know. There were some comments
What,
that agreed with
I
me
just
and some that
don't.
agreed with you.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What do you like? It's just a fucking Florida. Great, amazing. They made it
Hey,
look. Matt,
there's a lot of crazy shit with Florida. I
remember fucking Last of Us 2 when everybody was saying, "Oh, it's the most beautiful game ever," and it's like, yeah, amazing. You made it look like fucking Washington with rain, I guess. I mean, it's not like
yeah.
anything special. It looks like a good version of that, but it's not like anything fucking amazing and unique. It's just a very low bar that they've tried to pass with that, and I mean, I guess they have.
I don't know. I feel like as we get closer to release, I feel like a lot more people will be excited for it in general. I
Well,
don't know.
yeah, a lot of people will be excited for it. That doesn't mean it's gonna be fucking good, motherfucker.
I mean, I will say this: I have finally gotten 4 working in a decent like a way in my PC, and I'm hoping to get multiplayer working. So that's I don't know. Even if
Nice.
6 sucks, I got 4 working again.
Yeah, I miss GTA 4. I miss that,
Yeah.
mentioning that there was going to be some kind of Liberty City in 5 thing that would have been really cool, you know? I just imagined, like, when I was playing 5 earlier this year, like, the, it got boring after a while, just the map that you're stuck on. It's such a small, like, it seems big at first, but it's just a real small map, ultimately.
I
And,
do
like,
think this is the
it would
goal
have been
for
great to go
6.
to, what do you mean?
Like I think at least of on like I think they'll do online with that expand like what we were talking about before of expanding the map at least. Just
Yeah,
because
well,
you got to
maybe.
think like 3 is still built on basically code from 2012. It was built for consoles that were not meant to expand. And so even though they've updated it a lot with each like passing generation, it's still built on this code base of old tech, you know. So
Yeah, I
I
mean,
do
I
think that'll
suppose.
improve.
I just don't think that, I don't know, it's not looking good for Rockstar. It's a real shame what's happened to them.
I fucking hope we do get a bully somewhere down the road.
I mean, yeah, just because it's not out yet doesn't necessarily mean it's been canceled. They do
Yeah,
work very slow. I don't think there's ever been any
and
official
they've
thing
been
that said that
hiring a
it's
lot
canceled.
more.
You could look at all of this as just, hey, at some point there will be, they've already done some of the artwork and stuff, like, concepts, maybe,
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's again just like they put out one game every fucking half a decade, if that, and I don't know how long are people gonna be alive until fucking Bully 2 comes out, you know?
they now have 10 studios with over 2,000 people across all offices.
Hmm.
Yep, there is Rockstar India, Rockstar LA, Rockstar London, Rockstar Toronto, Rockstar Lincoln, Rockstar North, Rockstar San Diego, Rockstar Leeds, New England, Dundee, and yeah, North.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely a large company. But
And
they
they
all seem to
also,
be making one game at a time and GTA DLC, like
yeah.
fucking cars and banks and shit.
And from what I was reading, it seems like the only reason we got a lot of the DLC we did is it took a lot of that like cut content and then content that was scrapped and was like, hey, we'll just vulture this, which makes sense development wise, but it's also like, God, we need more. We need more than
You
just what we
need to
got.
see how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, as much as I hate to sound like, Hassan Piker, this is what happens. This is capitalism.
Yeah.
It just reminds me a lot of another favorite series of mine that's been absolutely destroyed and plundered to death and completely raped beyond any existence, which is The Sims. I
Oh yeah.
fucking love The
Oh,
Sims.
rest in peace, The
I'm
Yeah.
Sims. Oh,
such, and not just The Sims, SimCity, like Sim Ant, all the ones I didn't play, but SimCity and The Sims mainly for me. Oh, Sim Golf, Sid Meier's Sim Golf. I fucking love that game. Like none of them exist anymore. The Sims they pump out just stupid garbage routinely. There's gonna be a Sims 5 eventually. It's gonna be fucking even worse than 4. It's like there's no hope. There's no hope for that franchise. The only hope there, it's kind of like with well, it's funny because that's EA, but like when Rock Band came out and Guitar Hero was starting to be like not quite as good, but Rock Band was continuing to be pretty good, and like thank God EA has come along to save this formula that the original developer is running into the ground, and that
Yeah.
yeah, totally
uh,
didn't follow suit immediately after, but
Well, now here's an interesting question. What do you feel like? Do you think the Harmonix and Epic will do the same thing with
I
the
give them
mean,
Fortnite
enough
Festival?
time, yeah.
yeah, it's in Fortnite. I know they're adding, like, I didn't realize it was a real Rock Band thing when I
Yeah,
first heard about that, but it is, and it's
they are
unfortunate.
finishing support, I think, for Trophy.
It's Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to bring back those fucking controllers, which is interesting. Those things are like, they're going for like hundreds of dollars
Oh yeah,
secondhand now.
which
Which
yeah,
it's a very strange thing to see that happen because I vividly remember a time where your local fucking GameStop just could not fucking get rid of
Oh,
like Guitar
yeah.
Hero sets.
Well, it's because they stopped making them, and then people found Clone Hero, and that became huge, and then like,
a
yeah,
bit over
I was
pandemic. Yeah,
I was specifically looking for one a couple years ago, actually, and I eventually found one that was mostly good, but it had a tendency to like downstrum an extra time. But yeah, like I think that was like a $50 or something. You look for them now, they're like 200,
oh
you
yeah,
know.
at least 150.
And now that, I mean, there's a Rock Band thing in fucking Fortnite, I mean, people are gonna want those again. So yeah, they'll start selling them, and that's interesting. The only unfortunate thing is that it's still all of the songs in that thing are terrible. The Fortnite
They, they've
Rock
been
Band.
they've
It's
been
all
slowly adding better ones, but it's like, yeah, not great, just
it's
better.
it's like Band Hero. It's all just
Sure, it's
Billie
like,
Eilish and The
well,
Weeknd.
we got Buddy Holly though, and I mean,
Famously, Billie Eilish and The Weeknd, famous bands.
I I,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this: they
Well,
also
they
have
have
they do
performing people probably, but
they have this other weird side mode that they don't advertise, but it's kind of like Fuser, their other game they put out a few years ago, Harmonix, and it's where you can mix and match tracks and do like like remixes of them. It's weird, and I don't know how to describe it, other than I'll link a video later. But
Yeah, I think I've heard of that one. I've seen. I don't understand it, but I think I have seen it, and yeah.
but my grand hope for this is, one, it brings these peripherals, it brings new peripherals in, because one, a lot of these older peripherals are falling apart.
Yep.
My old fucking Rock Band Guitar Hero controllers noticeably have some issues, and I'm like, man, I don't want to take the time to
Yeah.
repair them.
Well, the Rock Band ones fell apart so hard.
Oh yeah.
Nowadays, to look for a new one, like a new used one, you need a Guitar Hero one because the Rock Band ones are just not reliable. They were cheaplier made. So yeah.
Yeah, which sucks because I prefer the
I what?
feel.
Oh
Well, you know,
yeah,
like the weight and size of them. The strum bar on those
yeah.
things fucking sucks.
The strum bar
Sadly.
sucks, but they had that
Yeah.
little notch to change the solo effect, and I really like that.
Yeah, and then
And
like
it had
there was the
the
fret bar like
solo neck thing. Yeah,
yeah.
I love that.
The
Yeah, it was
the
great.
only the only the only Guitar Hero controller I really liked personally was the Explorer from Rock Band 2.
I have a
Yeah, that's a pretty cool one.
Oh yeah.
I have a Les Paul from Guitar Hero Wii, and like you have to fucking put a Wii remote in it and then turn Bluetooth on for your PC, but it's nice. It
Hmm.
works.
Yeah, I don't know. There was the one that I had for a little bit for the Wii that was it was the Guitar Hero World Tour one that has like the little touch bar thing,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which
I
was
have one of
like
those too.
it's
It
not
really
very
sucks.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the touch bar just doesn't work for Clone Hero at all.
Yeah.
And
It's awful. Yeah.
the strum bar is made out of that same plastic, and I fucking hate this type of plastic. Where like I had a fight pad. I bought like a fight pad like 2017, 2016, around about that time to play Mugen and the JoJo fighting game, and it was cool. It was great. But then a few years later, I got in the mood to play another fighting game again, and when I picked up my old controller, the bottom was sticky.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
God.
It was disintegrating in my hands, and I had to basically take the entire controller apart, take the back plate, and then just sit down and scrub it with steel wool until it stopped being like I had to like
Yeah, rubber reversion.
basically yeah I had to basically like what's what's the term? I had to basically like shave off that
Like
layer of the
sand it
plastic.
down.
Yeah, which the strum bar on the on those controllers, it's made of the same fucking thing, and God, it sucks.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, it reminds me of what the fucking PS2 thumbsticks that if you leave them in the sun, they start like sweating and melting.
Oh
You're basically
God.
microwaving them just by the
Pretty
sun's
much, yeah.
rays.
Yeah,
Speaking
no,
of
I
which, I'm gonna
actually
have
had
to.
that. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to move my Dreamcast because it's turning yellow.
Oh,
Oh
damn.
no.
God, that reminds me. I got a fucking Dreamcast like third-party controller, and
Ooh.
it has a thumbstick that rotates,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's like for racing games, I
I've
think.
seen those before.
It
Is it a
really sucks. I hate it.
is it like a
Damn.
Namco one?
I'm not sure. I think it's
Namco
like
makes one
Mad
like that.
Cats. It might be. I'm not sure, but yeah, I didn't realize it when I got it, but now that I have it, I'm like, it's a little weird. It's like horrible to use, and my arm slips off of it because of the way my like arm works. But
Yeah.
it's a weird one. It's interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of good racing games on the Dreamcast, so gotta use that sometime.
Oh man.
So there was another big leak recently too.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Insomniac.
you were actually
Yeah.
privy to that one.
Although, really
Yeah.
quick, before we get into Insomniac, we should probably get into that leak that happened. Like, I think I'm pretty sure this was the leak right before the Game Awards, where
Oh.
the leaker in question was recently sentenced to an
Oh.
indefinite stay in a prison hospital.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah.
life
All
in
right.
prison hospital.
I can explain this one in a way. So in September 2022, the original Grand Theft Auto 6 leak first came out, where we
Oh,
saw
it's that
about
one.
yeah, it's that one. It's this the 17-year-old. We've learned more
Oh,
about that.
yeah.
That's yeah.
Mm.
So as it turns out, this kid was a member of the hacker group La Plus, and there's a cash sign. Laplace Cash. I don't
Hmm.
I don't get it.
I don't speak retard.
Pay money, Wubby. I don't know.
pay money in Laplace.
Some
So
stupid name like
cash.
that.
Oh, they apparently Microsoft has like code names for hacking groups. Microsoft's code name for this hacking group is admittedly kind of badass here. Strawberry Tempest.
Well, that's way better than their real name. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
Good lord.
Dude, Strawberry Tempest sounds like a fucking.
Yeah, I'm just imagining.
It sounds like a Mountain Dew flavor.
That's
It
good,
does.
yeah. I'm just imagining the fucking day when they find that out in their like hacker HQ and they're like, well, why didn't we come up with that one? That's a good name. What is that? No, what was this stupid cash name we have? No.
Oh no.
I don't know why they're like Cockney, but just it's fine.
They
It's because they're stuck in a Doctor Who episode. I don't know.
of course. They went after a lot of places. Some places successful, some places not. They successfully went after Nvidia, threatened them with release of a lot of things within open source their device drivers. Which this is Nvidia. Why would they?
Bro, I can't even upgrade my drivers on I can't like install new drivers on Nvidia unless I log in with Discord, which doesn't work if you have a VPN enabled and just gives you a jerks your fucking chain, gives you the runaround. So yeah, no, they're not gonna do that.
Oops, your silly Wumpus isn't working correctly. Install the Bingus of a Dingus. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is why I side with these fucking. I mean, like legally, I don't. You know, legally, I never would.
Oh no, legally I do. Fuck it.
No, to a
I don't
point.
care
To a
anymore.
point. There's some things these guys have done that are iffy.
There's things that they do, and I know with the Insomniac thing, like there's people who are, you know, their personal info's out there,
Hundreds
and that's
of employees
unfortunate.
and people like Yuri Lowenthal's fucking
Yeah, they leaked
passport.
Yuri Lowenthal's fucking passport with the Insomniac thing.
Jesus,
Well,
It's so wild.
What that was
It's
is
like-
he probably had to go somewhere and they needed it, so when he was there they scanned it. Evan didn't think anything of it and left it on a drive.
Yeah, and like, you know, it's easy for me to be like, yeah, I think that what they're doing is kind of interesting, getting info out there that we never would have otherwise. And like with the GTA 6 leak, even just like, okay, that game's coming out, right? And it didn't show us anything that we aren't probably going to see in the game. I mean, at least, you know, some stuff will be changed, but like, yeah, early development stuff is interesting to see, and this is how it happens. And especially for game development and stuff, it's like, oh wow, that's how they're doing that. That's cool. And so yeah, there's a lot of reasons to support it, but then yeah, you hear about like people, you know, Yuri Lowenthal and other people who work at Insomniac getting personal shit leaked out, and it's like, I don't know, these people could be like the digital Robin Hoods of the modern age, but they kind of some of them seem to be kind of not great.
I feel like at the very least they could have redacted that stuff, you know?
Yeah, it's
like the stuff that's like, you know, doxing.
Like they would have had a lot more people on their side and made this a lot more close, like clear cut. If it wasn't,
that's the thing. Like, I'm probably, you know, excuse me, I'm you know, maybe not being well. All right, let me think of how to say this because I'm struggling to say a very simple thing. But basically, you know, Chris Reagan was talking about this on the Snark Tank in the most recent episode, where I feel like a lot of people would be, I guess, less adverse to sharing this around, or no, sorry, my brain just stopped working. Hang on.
Yeah.
Basically, his point is that if this was another company, people wouldn't be so like, oh, well, you know, I'm not going to share that because it's bad. But even still, that behavior kind of makes things worse because now people are thinking, ooh, wow, check out this cool, crazy it's Streisand affecting it, essentially. To where people are now going to go and look for, you know, the thing that has Yuri Lowenthal's passport on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I got that out decently enough. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, people are. I don't know. I mean, again, it's like it doesn't really matter in this scenario for them, like the court of public opinion or whatever. But I don't know. It would be great if we could all just unanimously be like, hey, the people that are releasing, info. I mean, I guess ransom wearing fucking Insomniac is not really the best of course of action, right? Like that's not exactly cool. And it is Insomniac. It's not like Rockstar where it's like, I mean, I don't know. Spider-Man 2 was not the best game ever, but yes, they make all of their superhero games have follow the glowing color thing, but hey, I don't know if they necessarily deserve this, specifically. Uh,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Generally, I when I hear that there's been some cool info leaked, it's but not Yuri Lowenthal's Passport, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the Wolverine game that apparently has a Jean Grey mode already like in development and a bunch of other wacky side shit and like
Yeah.
yeah, that's coming out in years and it's probably not going to look like it does in the, early build that we're seeing here.
Yeah.
So
And
it's fascinating.
and I'll
Yeah,
I'll, I'll say this real quick about it. To two things. One, to people, don't, I would say actively don't go seek out the build that did leak. You won't like it if you aren't used to in development things. As someone who
yeah.
is, I'm perfectly fine with it. I understand the issues, but if you're fine with waiting, just wait. That's fine. I'll also
Yeah,
say
we don't
this.
need more fucking bozos looking at an in development game and
Oh,
saying, "Well, why doesn't it look good?
looks
It's
like
not better."
shit. Man,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sony fell off. It's like,
As much as I'll complain about GTA 6 looking trash,
yeah.
the people that said that it looked like well, it's actually never mind. It still does look like 5. Never mind. Yeah, they
Well,
were kind of right.
what I'll say is it's still about a year out, and
Yeah.
it is doing a lot more vegetation than 5 has ever done.
Yeah, no, there were a lot of people that were very unkind to it, and it's like, come on, this isn't finished yet. I
Yeah.
mean, you can maybe say you don't like the direction it's heading in, but I don't know about like,
Even
oh, this
like
looks stupid. It's
e-
like, well, it's
like if you
okay.
compare that like first trailer to like final build of GTA 5, it is pretty different.
Yeah,
Some
it's
ways
supposed
better,
to
some
be.
ways a little worse, but visually it is a different beast. Even with like the early footage of 4, like there's some places where it's like, oh, that's different. That's different.
Yeah.
But you know, again, I will say this to if any devs hear this, I liked what I played. It's it's exciting me.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like what people expected a Wolverine game by the Spider-Man people to look like, basically.
Yeah.
It's very competent and has a superhero in it,
It
and sometimes multiple.
I will say this: an early version of the plot leaked, and having read some of the slides about where the timeline is, they will probably change some of the story. I do think a lot of the beats will still be there, but I do think there's a certain few things will probably end up like, we'll fix that, we'll change that. Again, this game is planned to go into an alpha build, like the middle of next year. So
Well, one of the things is that the leak had like really big leaks of full like the next decade of Insomniac stuff with
yeah,
Spider-Man 3 coming out in like 2027
Yeah,
and
I want to talk about that real quick, but
all right,
I want to go back just a little bit to the whole thing with people being sort of dissuaded
mm,
to go and seek everything out.
yeah,
mhm.
And I very briefly mentioned this before with the shit that Chris Reagan said, but I really do have to say I agree because I mean, first of all, I do feel like that there's a big bias
yeah,
because maybe not because it's a Sony company, but because it's a company that like a lot of people really like.
Yeah.
Whereas, there was a Capcom leak a while back. And that's where the Resident Evil 4 remake got sort of, well, not announced, but like we started knowing of its existence. We also learned about Resident Evil Village because of leaks. Like
Yeah.
when it was revealed, I was like, "Oh shit, is this Resident Evil Village?" And I was right on the fucking money. And
So,
I just feel like if this were a different company, everything would be a lot better because people just don't want to. I think it's because it's Insomniac that people are a little bit hesitant to like cover it, because if I don't know, if they had just said, hey, hey, there's been a leak, here's all the relevant information you need, and then every fucking every outlet, that's the word, basically just leaves out all of the personal information bullshit, I feel like not as many people would seek it out. And
Well, yeah, I mean, when that leak happened, I think they had a statement that was like, none of us wanted this to be revealed in this way, so just, and that was a pretty good statement, I thought, for a Rockstar corporate statement, it was pretty good.
no, I was mostly talking about
like journalists.
Yeah,
Basically.
journalists.
Well, yeah, but trying to
But yeah,
people
I get
in a
what you
certain
mean.
way to like view the leak in a way that's like, as gracious and charitable, I guess, as you can, because it is like this is kind of disastrous for Insomniac, where everything that they've been planning for years ahead of now. I mean, I guess I don't know if there was like Ratchet and Clank news or whatever, but there was.
Actually, yes, there was.
Oh, okay.
Oh
okay,
boy,
so
are you ready for this?
Do you want me to read it out, or do you want to
go for it? Tristan, go for it.
Okay, well, I only know one piece of Ratchet and Clank news, but it's just so awful funny. The most recent Ratchet and Clank game did not make any profit.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't have that on hand. Yeah, also, sad. The one that's tragic on that one is Sunset Overdrive, which is a game I still will recommend to people. Which, it's on Steam, folks. Go buy it. Please go buy it.
It's on Xbox Game Pass if you have that. It's for technically free.
Buy it, purchase it, give the developers money.
Oh yeah, that's probably helpful.
For God's sake, please.
They only made Insomniac as a company, mind you, only made about $504.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's how much profit they made.
That's really
Look, being an Xbox One exclusive at that time was a bad idea. Okay?
Yeah.
It was a rough time.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But they made a unique game out of it, and that also led to them getting to make the Spider-Man games. So, mistakes and miracles.
That game is kind of, it's all about movement and fast-paced movement around a city, so I can see how that and Ratchet and Clank, really, it all kind of led to that.
Oh yeah, it's the same engine too. Like, it's, I believe if you look on the PC version, there's even strings related to Sunset Overdrive.
Wow, it's only $5 in Canadian right now. I mean, it's 75 off. Fuck it, I'll buy it.
Yeah, buy it. Everyone buy Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, fuck it. I can play it
with a controller.
Can play it on Game Pass, but it's fine. Here you go, Insomniac. I'm sorry you got fucked.
Yeah, you're gonna get 72 cents extra.
Hey, why not?
So yeah, that's basically the entire thesis statement of this shit.
Yeah.
Don't go look up Yuri Lowenthal's passport. That's being serious. Don't do that.
Let Yuri have some privacy.
Again, I really wish. I hate these fucking, like, okay, I've said, like, oh, they're heroes, yada yada. That's stupid because, like, I hate these. They could have been heroes just for one day, and they weren't. And they decided to be dicks and, like, reveal a bunch of personal information. And, like, even if they didn't, it still sucks for the company, sure, because, like, what are they gonna do now? All their big reveals are like exposed now, and all of their fucking corporate details and everything. completely out in the open. So like whatever it is, there's like a bad result to it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, they could have done it in a much more like, again, the court of public opinion doesn't really matter for them once they're getting life sentences from fucking
Yeah.
corporate, you know.
Which we haven't
'Cause
got to talk about that yet.
we haven't got to talk about that yet. The biggest crime that you can commit in the entire world now is to fuck with a company. And now you'll life sentence for fucking with a corporation.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's not exactly a life sentence. It's just an indefinite sentence. But
it does seem
you know.
like this kid is a bit off from everything I've read, but
Well, yeah, I will say that the headline is a lot more dystopian than the actual, because I've had it described. The kid was apparently like a menace.
he's like, yeah, and he's also
he
said
unrepentant.
That he has said
Yeah.
that he will actively do it again if he gets free.
I will kill again.
I'll fucking do it again.
Yeah, he's Henry Zabrowski if he ever murders. I will kill again. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Which pro
it's
tip,
funny, but
if you ever want to get out and you still plan on doing something, the smartest thing to say is that you don't plan on doing it ever again.
Yeah,
it's
that's
reverse psychology, bro.
That's a bit of a gamer play to to say that you intend to repeat your actions.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was a part of this group who has hacked Microsoft, has hacked Nvidia. They've done a lot that hasn't been successful, but they've been successful in places where they probably shouldn't have been, including Nvidia, including like a Brazilian like law office thing for the country. That one was weird on their fucking thing, but
why?
Easy target.
I guess.
But so he proceeded to do this while he was already arrested by London police. While on bail for hacking Nvidia,
London.
He was inside a hotel where he breached Rockstar using a cell phone, a television, and an Amazon Fire TV stick.
It is.
I just like to imagine he breached Rockstar in the same method that Michael used to kill the Life Invader guy. It was just
I gotta say, it is wild that this guy didn't get a fucking consultancy job. Like, for real.
I honestly, I'm baffled. This guy, it's half props. Like, respect for, you're on bail.
Respect to a crazy motherfucker.
You're on bail for already hacking two things. You're in a hotel room on public Wi-Fi, which is notably not fast.
This guy is like Futaba. Like, he's got like a fucking mental fixation on like, I've got to hack everything. I can, so I must. It gives me a rush. It gives me like a thrill every time I hack a big company, you know?
I hack, therefore I am.
Ugh. Watchdogs, man.
He threatened to release the source code in a Slack message to all Rockstar staff. So they went to their Slack and add everyone. It was like, yo, Chief.
Hey, what's up, boys? It's your boy, Hacker Man Johnson here.
Okay, I'm sorry. This kid is a mad lad, though.
Yeah.
That's the one phrase that keeps coming to mind. Mad lad.
It's
Respect
impressive.
To the fucking insano.
It's bafflingly stupid, but you gotta love just unrepentant stupidity sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he was still doing this through everything until he eventually again got arrested, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of breaching bail conditions and not guilty to 2 counts of computer misuse. Which, hey, good one, Chief.
Someone will believe it.
He was deemed unfit to stand trial due to his acute autism, which, of course,
yeah, they always got to keep us down.
Yeah, they really want to keep just us oppressed. It's shameful.
The tisms,
yep,
statistics.
But yeah, in December 2023, he was placed under an indefinite hospital order by judge for being a high public risk, as he expressed. Let me take a drink. 1 second.
Huh.
There we go. Yeah, he was placed under an indefinite hospital order by a judge for being a high public risk as he expressed intent to continue cybercrime.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
I mean, no, evil, bad.
it again, it is bad. It sucks because I don't think they should be able to do that in a way. But also, it's like, dude, you were completely unrepentant for this. You like, what did you think would happen?
Well, like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the fact that you can be put in jail forever for like,
Yeah.
it's like the Mario hacker, the super cool, what was his name? It was like Gary
Oh,
Bowser.
yeah.
No, actually, yeah, it was Gary
Because
Bowser.
Doug Bowser is the actual Nintendo guy, but then the hacker was Gary Bowser.
Yeah, wasn't he
So
Australian?
I think so, but he got like his thing was he has to now pay Nintendo like 30% of his entire life for the rest of his life or something. And that was the first one, well, not the first, but that was one where it was like, wow, that's really fucked up that a company can do that to you. I mean, yes, he committed a crime, but like Jesus fucking Christ, like I don't know, it's like the companies rule the courts and now you see something like this. But then yeah, I mean, he's literally like, I will kill again. So I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do. You
It's like
kind of have to.
like at that point, it's like,
You
all
know,
right,
you
cut your
gotta keep
losses,
the
kid.
fucking keep the straight jacket on him. He's gonna get out.
And it's like if he's already like, I'm gonna hack something else. It's like, yeah, fuck, what can we do,
Bad,
really?
bad play, bad play.
It's like Ixnay on V talking about hacking A. But yeah, because I admittedly when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, that's a little dystopian for my liking. And then once I read everything, I'm like, yeah, this kid's a fucking dumbass. All right,
Yeah.
I can't even feel bad for him.
What a shame.
It's like you're an idiot, dude.
I
Come
mean,
on.
he's a dumbass, but I still want to say I still want to use the term "mad lad" though.
True.
Like that's mad lad behavior.
It is. It's bafflingly stupid, but beautifully impressive. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Now the only other thing I really got on the Insomniac leaks that there's a lot here, but there's not a lot to really talk about for us. I think, other than the fact that the PlayStation 3 still has 2 million monthly active users.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't doubt it.
I don't doubt it either. But it's also just like that's so impressive to think about. Because I
I'm
haven't thought
wondering
about.
is how many the 360 has.
See, but here's the problem: is though how much of that number would be saturated from people playing back compat from Xbox One and Series X?
Well, I feel like well, I guess it depends on how Xbox's emulation works.
It essentially their emulation. No, you're basically playing like online. It considers you playing a 360 game. Like you can even join a 360 party if you want.
Oh, well, I mean, there was some cross-platform games back when the PS4 just came out, so
True, but
I feel like
but
it
even
might.
pulls up like a full-on like 360 menu. Like when you press start and select.
Oh, okay, all right.
Like it's actually emulating a 360.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
One of the things I actually like about
Yeah,
it.
that might be
Kind of neat.
That's probably skewing the numbers then a bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to scroll past these fucking. There's a lot of Wolverine leaks. See, again, the entire cast so far also leaked. That's something.
Oh, wow.
Yep. A lot of people you see in everything, basically. I mean,
Yeah. Probably just your standard people.
they got the guy who
Mako.
played the Weather Wizard on the Flash TV show playing Wolverine.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
The Weather Wizard.
See, I can make that reference, and I know Claw would get who it was. Or at least what he
I
looked
don't
like.
know who it
Or
was.
at least who he
No,
looked
I mean
like.
it was like a white guy who shot weather or something. That's all I
Yeah.
really remember.
The generic average white dude. It makes sense. I'm just checking. I don't really got anything on that anymore.
Yes, it makes sense. All white people have weather powers.
Of course. The one thing, the only other story I really got here is Time Splitters and Free Radical. Time Splitters is canceled, and the revival of Free Radical, the guys designed to make the new Time Splitters, have been closed.
Yep.
This is getting
Well, they've been basically dead for a long time, so
about the beginning of the month, but there was a slight horribly misguided chance of hope, and that's all I got on that.
that's a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a few things if nobody else has anything.
All right.
Corporate dystopia. Continue.
Woo! Do I have anything
Wait,
related to corporate dystopia?
I can still hear you. I gotta pee, but I can still hear you.
Okay. Oh shit, we can hear you too.
Huh.
Nah. But I don't have anything that's explicitly corporate dystopia, but I do have just kind of general dystopia stuff.
Oh, good.
So I'm not sure what exactly is going on here, but a couple weeks ago, actually, yeah, just about 2 weeks ago, Quebblecop, famous for completely replacing his life with AI, posted a
Yes.
video saying the real me is back, no more AI. And he does some motions in the video. Yeah, it's definitely not AI. But then, like, I don't really know how to explain this, but let me get a date. Let me get a date for when this happened. Today. Well, late last night.
Okay.
uh, Quebblecop uploaded a weird, like, lore video where the Quebblecop AI is starting to, like, become a villain and take over his account.
Oh God.
I don't know if this is, like, trying to be a Filthy Frank thing or a joke or, like, what, but, like...
I mean, I assume it's a funny, epic joke.
I mean, it sounds more creative than what he was doing with the AI beforehand, so I guess I'll give him that.
Yeah, I mean, like...
That's one step, I guess.
It's so strange. I'm glad that we waited until... I'm glad that we didn't get to this last episode, because, like, before it was just going to be, yeah, Quebblecop stopped doing AI, ain't that fun.
Yeah.
But, like...
Yeah.
Now it's just gotten weird.
I don't know what's up with all this. I
Well,
guess
Cobblecop's an interesting lad, you know. I'm happy there's
Yeah,
more.
I mean-
I'm happy the saga continues with him.
we have Quebblecop lore now. Ain't that great?
We should honestly see if we can try to get in contact with him, but only to interview the AI. I don't want to interview the man. I want to interview the AI.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that's a great idea.
We can see if we can make the Quebblecop AI racist.
Okay, so
Listen, Mr.
Yeah.
Quebblecop AI. I'm not saying that they aren't human. What I'm saying is that they're, a little bit less than us,
Like,
you know?
there
You know how it is.
There is an entirely possible chance we could do an interview with an AI down the road. There's an AI VTuber I think I've linked before, that Neurosama one.
Oh God.
Oh god, we could do Neuro.
That's actually a possibility.
Don't take that out of context.
I actually think that one would be
How would
funny.
you take that
That
out?
actually
Oh,
sounds kind of
Yeah,
fun.
we're not gonna do Neuro that way, but I that's actually something I should reach out for. That's down the road.
Shit,
They're open to interviews.
that sounds
so
fun.
well, I mean, that's something.
we could be
So yeah,
not the first podcast to review an AI, but the first one to do it correctly.
I will. I think I'm the first person to ever say this, but yeah, interesting things happening in the Quebblecop AI sphere.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hey, I am not gonna say respect on Quebblecop there, but Quebblecop is Quebblecop.
Yeah, that's about all you can say.
It really is.
So
Yeah.
go ahead.
So the only other thing I have is I could talk about Fish Tank Live, which is something.
Fish tank. Yeah, I've heard that's been a thing that's been popping off. Yeah.
Yeah. Tristan, have you heard about Fish Tank?
No, I haven't.
Okay. How
Sam Hyde.
Yeah, how much you know about
Oh,
Samuel
it's a
Hyde?
Sam Hyde thing.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about Samir Al-Heed.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of Samson.
That man is still on the
man.
run for all of those crimes that he's committed.
Honestly,
been
I'm not sure how he got away with killing Shinzo Abe. He was in a big crowd.
Yeah, that's wild.
Although I think I think he had Kojima be the fall guy for that one.
He really did.
God, that was wild.
That was
Yeah.
that whole fucking situation's baffling. Plus the homemade shotgun.
Which I got to say,
Yeah.
I want that thing so bad. It looks so
It
fucking
looks cool, yeah.
I totally may or may not have saved the print. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, Fish Tank, he did this earlier this year, the first one. I want to say it was around like July or June.
Yeah, it was like half a year ago.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the channel.
And essentially it is a 24-hour like multiple camera. You can watch it live on fishtank.live. And they did put out an edited version right before season 2, which we're on now. But essentially, there's like 8 people in there, and they're all getting fucked with constantly. And
It's
the winner
V
wins.
Mansion. It's fucking V
It's
Mansion.
literally V
Oh
Mansion.
my
He
God.
stole V Mansion, which is
It's just the concept is it's a bunch
It's a
of
game
and
show.
here's the thing. I was going to do that as a mockumentary series, but apparently now it's just a real series.
hang on, that's still entirely possible. I mean,
Well, yeah, but now it's going to be sullied by Samuel Heidel.
but we'll see. His is there's a game to it, and there's like a cash prize at the end. Ours won't.
Yeah, it is. It's like Big Brother or something, apparently.
Essentially Big Brother. I've compared it to Survivor a lot because there is a game to it in a way where it's like you need to be interesting enough because it does kind of rely on people liking you and the community and people like there's a game to it also.
Yeah, it's like fucking
it's
like your
closer to
standard
Silent
reality
Hill
show.
Ascension than anything else I can really describe.
Oh my God.
Huh.
See, I was just gonna say Big Brother, but not edited.
Well, when I finally release the hyperfixation of public, people will understand why I mean. It's like Silent Hill Ascension, but
not terrible and stupid, probably.
but not
So,
well, okay, so it has kind of gotten a little dumb because some people have done some dumb shit, but it's funny
Well,
because
also
they do
your
some dumb
furry
shit.
waifu left, right?
Not that one wasn't mine. Meg did leave, thankfully.
No, Summer was the one you liked, who's crazy, apparently.
Yeah, Summer's a weird one. Yeah, I was like, okay, Summer. I guess I attract that kind of woman now that I think about it, but
Huh.
yeah, honestly, most cases, yeah. There's been a few, but that's not the point. Now they've gotten some freeloaders because some people left and there was only 6 of them in the house, so they brought in some extra people who they didn't think would be good enough for the season, and a couple of them, it really shows why they weren't good enough.
I see.
So I'm on the site now, and I don't want to like make an account and log in, but I got to say, from what I'm seeing, I love the design of this thing.
Oh yeah,
Like it's got this kind of like 90s security camera interface kind of vibe. It's really nice.
Yeah, which
And,
holy shit, the attic
when
finally has color. Oh hell yeah.
When you click a button, it makes like a sound. God, I love that.
Yep. Oh wow.
We
Okay.
need to bring back design like this. Fuck all this like minimalism bullshit. This fucking Hulu UI shit.
Oh,
Give me this
okay. So
all the time.
interesting events have happened in the course of me not watching today because I've been busy. I guess they decided to they got one of the old fish from earlier in the season back, so now it's back up to 7 instead of 6.
Fish.
They call them
Nice.
fish. Yeah, this season has gotten absurd. They have a Japanese man in there who has done JAV and has mentioned his porno film.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, and at one point he got really drunk and sung the intro to Neon Genesis Evangelion during
Based.
karaoke. There's
Fucking king shit. Hell
there has been fights. There have been people living in a doghouse for like a whole night. It is an interesting, weird experiment. Last night they built like fucking cardboard forts. So there's always something going on here, and it's really interesting.
Well, it definitely sounds more entertaining than actual Big Brother or something like that. I used to
Oh, yeah.
watch that sometimes because my dad and I we had at some point in time we had like just the no like proper cable or fucking
Yeah,
smart TV or whatever,
like
just the
local
antenna
channels.
kind of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so well the best we could do for some nights would be Big Brother, and it was like vaguely entertaining. You know, it wasn't like I didn't want to hurt like fucking hurt myself watching it, but it was
yeah.
like it was very I don't know. It was very the main thing the main takeaway from it was me being like, who would ever want to do this for the amount of money they give you? Because it's like 500,000 or something
Yeah.
to be on a full season of fucking Big Brother, just debasing yourself constantly, let alone having to live with these fucking weirdos, but doing these stupid challenges that they do. You might have mentioned, but does the fish tank thing
Yeah.
have? Like just challenges where they have to do like wipeout or whatever.
Essentially, what it correlates to is usually like some dumb, absurd bullshit, like like jumping jacks, or they did
Uh,
karate one episode or one day, I
okay,
should say.
that's not so bad, yeah. Because like Big Brother 8 would be these elaborate like game show, like all right, now you have to drink the cum out of the fucking jug and spit
Well,
it into the other jug, and
then it also
Rest in peace, early 2000s gross out
rest in
shows.
peace, Fear Factor. Yeah.
this has those
I have a
moments.
Fear Factor folder.
There, do you remember Airsoft Fatty from that one iDubbbz documentary?
Yeah.
I never watched it, but I know of him. Yeah.
Okay, Airsoft Fatty is a weird hanger around now in the MD universe. But
Interesting.
during Christmas, one girl got paid a little extra for having him sleep cuddled up right next to her, and he broke the bed.
Mm.
He broke the bed. They were
Sexy stuff.
Yep. It gets a little wild. I do think that season one so far is better because again you have a lot of these people who don't know what the game is. So it gets a little more weird, gets a little more absurd, and Sam gets a little more unhinged.
Oh yeah.
But the twist for this season, and I'll spoil it for you because there's like a few days of recap things if you want to catch up, and I'll just explain it here. The twist for this season is every single person watched the first season and understands what it is. So they were all told that they were the person on the team or on the game that did watch it, but no one else did, and they were all supposed to kind of keep up that ruse. And they all found it out on the fourth day.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's simple.
They've all found it out on the fourth day, and they all were like, "Oh fuck." It's
That's
something
kind of fun.
It's something interesting though for people that the people that will like these kind of shows or like Sam's humor or is into both. Again, Sam is very much Sam Hyde if you know his content. Yeah. But that's all I really had on that one. It's an interesting experiment.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
I've heard a lot of people talking about it. The last Halo night, there was some extensive discussion about it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and,
me and Tyler were shooting the shit.
I'll probably watch some sort of recap of it at some point, I imagine.
Yeah, I'll send you. There's one channel we've all been kind of like looking at, and it's been a pretty good one for daily recaps, and it's only about like, I think the longest one was 20 minutes. So it's nice when you can boil down 24 hours into 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like a long form content type of thing, but I assume the 10-hour super cut will be like later. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's probably like a bunch of days backed up.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and they've edited they've edited them down into 10 episodes for the first season, and they're all about like 30 some odd minutes. It's edited very much like a normal like reality show when it's the edited version.
Well, it sounds a little bit like the sort of like the Germa Dollhouse, one of those kinds of things.
Kinda.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
I know the last one that was sort of like that, I guess, would have been the what was the Ranboo series with Generation Hope or whatever it's called. Generation Hope is the rip-off Darman. No, it was like Generation Loss, I think. And it was one of those big like streaming, I mean modern media, you know, the new media, a live streamed thing that some rando decided to put together with a bunch of other randos,
Yeah.
and that's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's all I got on that one. What was where do you want to go next, Tristan?
Oh shit! All right. Do either of you have anything else?
Not really me. Well, I will say,
Yeah.
I revisited. I don't know if we talked about this earlier, but I revisited Feminist Frequency recently,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
and
Oh that
I was
that
there for
actually
some of that.
that actually segues really good into a couple of topics. So that's great.
So I revisited Feminist Frequency because it's the end of 2023, and they were over a decade. The tropes versus women in video games was over a decade ago. That series, as of 2013 ish, I think. Like early 2013 it started, and they had other stuff before then. Like there was other I didn't even realize until I watched, like, her series actually goes back until 2009, where she was talking about, like, the Bechdel test or whatever. But yeah, she is kind of full of shit. I don't know. I was watching the series, because I never actually watched the videos before. They led to a million tweets and Gamergate and everything, and it was so much fervor over the things that she said, and I never actually sat down and watched the tropes versus women videos. And I started out watching them being kind of trying to be charitable, and I was like, the editing is kind of ahead of its time for the era it came out, and yeah, and the first episode was about damsel in distress. It's part 1 of 3, damsel in distress, and it's a fucking 3-parter that didn't need to be, but yeah, I start out and I'm like, okay, yeah, Zelda, she makes a few good points. Zelda could stand to have more character and not just be like a kidnap victim every game ever. Like the best, and she points out, and I kind of jumped the gun. I'm like, oh well, she's not mentioning, and then she did mention like Tetra and the Spirit Tracks Zelda and stuff like that. And like, okay, so she starts off with some decent points. And then eventually it started to become really clear that the main thing, every video in that series was just, okay, well, why is such and such? Okay, it's because games, the demographic is boys and men. And they're not going to ever ask the question of why. Maybe there could be a series about that, like that's the interesting thing, is why are games designed for boys and like targeted toward boys? Why is there by default the idea of like there was the Zelda commercials that she showed for Ocarina of Time where it goes, "Willst thou save the girl or play like one?"
Yeah.
And like, yeah, what makes it so that we think that just we can specifically target the game to little boys and not even include girls? Like, that would be an interesting conversation to have. That is the origin point of every question she has in her series, and every point she mentions. Every single video stems from the fact that games are the demographic is boys. And why is it? I don't know. It's like, I just got so frustrated. Like, can you talk about the fucking reason for any of this, please, Anita? I would love a series that goes into that. That would be really interesting. Why isn't this series that? Why is it just addressing symptoms and not the root cause? And then it started to get further and further off the rails as we realized, like, so she made $159,000 on Kickstarter with that series.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I asked chat and they didn't know. There was some mixed answers about how much she actually asked for. Like what the starting goal was for the Kickstarter. Because like anybody can raise a ton, but like whatever it was, 159,000 for that series is so fucking full of shit. She just sits in front of a blue background like PragerU and just rattles off some.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It is exactly like PragerU. She rattles off some like TV tropes bullshit and some various games that have women in them, and like, And then the other big thing as we went through it was that she hates women. Like anything that's remotely feminine or in any way, any kind of femininity at all, needs to be like eradicated and stamped out in Anita Sarkeesian's eyes. It's fucking crazy.
Okay.
She fucking hates women. I wound up way more feminist than Anita. She has such weirdly regressive conservative views, at least back then. Those videos are pretty old now, so I don't know if she still like stands by them, but you know.
I'll let you both take a guess on how much she asked for.
I'm gonna say 6,000 because that's what a chat member said.
Okay, so
How much did she raise in the end again?
She ended up getting $158,922.
15,000.
She asked for 6. Claw was correct. That chat member was
Oh
correct.
shit.
Oh wow, okay, because there were a few different answers, and that, like, even 6,000 for that is kind of a lot. I mean, because you look at, like, for the era, it's not the editing was a little bit ahead of its time, but like you look at those kinds of videos, you compare them to like that's 2013. I think 2 years later, maybe, was the first like Frederick Knudsen video.
I think so, yeah.
I think it was 2015 or something. Like he was doing those a while ago, and
the
so
big
like
problem is like for 6,000, I can understand like she probably estimated everything correctly, because I'm looking through here and it's like risks, yeah, like she has no risks planned here because 6,000, it's very simple, and her first set of goals were 5 videos. The only thing I can see is like, maybe 6,000 for camera, lighting, microphone, maybe a new computer for editing.
But like she already had a bunch of that shit available from her series that was already a thing, because she started in 2009, and it's not like the camera quality or anything was like vastly better for the games, for the tropes versus women thing. I don't know, like as we went through the stream, it just kept being like, I don't want to say legally, I'm not saying this was a scam or a grift, but boy, it sure is similar to Ben Shapiro. Boy, she is arguing a lot like Ben Shapiro and sounds a lot like Ben Shapiro here. Boy, that's funny.
Yeah, they both have those similar, like, it's weird how annoying debate tactics became online. But she suffers from a debate mentality.
But like,
I fucking hate that shit so much.
Same.
Yeah, and one of the things too, like, because Ben Shapiro, because like people in chat were calling her a grifter as I was trying to explain like what I view, and I was like, no, I think she's more of a charlatan, where like she believes what she's selling more than like a Ben. Ben Shapiro probably believes it, but a lot of those types of people, like the culture war pronouns guy, that kind of person.
God,
they don't really believe or care that strongly. They're just trying to get money. And like I think Anita believed in it more. There were some people in chat who were like, no, she's just a divisive commie, and like, man,
which one?
I think
she's not like no communist sympathizing at all in any of those.
No, and frankly, again, she's way more conservative than she lets on. She even dresses like a fucking button-down school marm with the bun and everything. And those fucking hoop earrings, goddamn, sister.
Admittedly, the hoop earrings are like, why the hoop?
Bad choice, bad decision. But she, no, I mean, I don't think she was very communist necessarily, but divisive, that is kind of the culture war bullshit, just like stoke the flames a little bit, and there were a lot of things that she would say, like Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite was just a glorified ammo thrower and door opener. And it's like a lot of people liked Elizabeth, like you downplaying a woman in that way is kind of like sexist. Like if a guy did that and was like, she's just a fucking door unlocker, that cunt, like it would come off as weird. Yeah. But because she does it, it's, I don't know, essentially the end result of revisiting the old videos that started all of the buzz and Gamergate and everything was that they are pretty bad. And they haven't aged well. I don't even think they were good when they came out. And that was another big thing. They're so surface level that a lot of it is like God, anybody who's like reasonably intelligent at this point in time, which probably wasn't me to be fair, but anybody at that point in time who's reasonably intelligent in a room would be like, you just learned about this like recently. This has been going on for fucking decades, and this is like news to you now. Like, okay, I don't know. Very surface level, but also not worth the mountain of firestorm that they got. Also,
it became this fucking molehill made. Like, looking back, especially now, it's like these are so milquetoast. I don't get why people got upset too much, you know.
Yeah.
And then so certain people took it as a career lift, you know. Certain people online where it's like, if I could go back in time, I'd cut them from having a career, especially.
Yeah.
But
I'm so fucking stun locked on this. I have Damsels in Distress Part 1 pulled up.
yeah.
And then I have it's a YouTube poop. I don't want to give PragerU views, but Dennis Prager proves murder is good and moral, and they're like semi shades apart. It's insane. The background is like,
Yeah.
hang on.
I've seen it. It's like the same bright blue.
I mean, yeah, people pointed that out, and I didn't quite notice it, but like, it is very, very similar. Yes.
I mean, yeah, it's video essays.
I'm going insane.
There's a lot of video essays that are stuck in a certain format, and that's one of the ones that's stuck in the worst format.
If I ever make video essays with me standing in front of a camera and talking, I'm gonna use the exact middle of these two fucking shades.
That
it's
is
the same picture.
So similar. Holy shit. That is a good
picture.
In fact, actually, hang on. Let me open these. Let me open these in PDN just to see how close the shades are.
Layer them together. 50% transparency.
Yeah.
Fuck, where is it? There it is.
God, that is crazy. They are so the two that he posted, she's sitting in the same corner, like the composition of the shot is exactly the same too. Of like Dennis Prager sitting there talking about murder.
Is murder evil?
On the left side of the screen for Prager, it's is murder evil, but for Anita, it's Mario being kissed by Peach. It's the same shot. It's amazing. Wow.
Do you think they actually shoot him the same stuff?
I mean, no, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were I wouldn't be surprised if PragerU might have been like secretly inspired by that. Like maybe they don't even know it, but they saw that and they were like, yeah, that's what we'll do. Like, I don't know. I believe it.
Okay, so the RGB values for the PragerU background are 13, 55, 77. The RGB values for the feminist frequency background are 21, 71, and 89. So basically, it's like
really very close.
A shade lighter. It's insane.
Basically, somebody didn't like brush a little deep on that paint.
Yeah, they literally just like took like the HSV and just like fucked with the saturation and value like within 5. Actually, let me see if I can remake the okay. Hue, saturation, and value.
Oh boy.
Feminist frequency, 195 on the hue scale, 76 saturation, 34 value. PragerU, 200 on the hue scale, 83 saturation, and 30 value. They are all within 5 points of each other. Well,
how about that? PragerU and Anita both have very similar values. Isn't that funny?
Oh my god, you're right. You're right.
I mean, damn.
You know, if you look at the scientific scales, feminist frequency is only 4 points more valuable than PragerU. Holy shit! I kind of want to redo the thumbnail just to work this in. Oh my god!
You could shade the thumbnail that color.
You know what? Actually, yes, I'm gonna do that. And here's a game. I want you all in the comments to guess whether the shade that I use is feminist frequency color or PragerU color.
Oh, that's devious.
Ooh.
Oh hell yeah, this is great. Hang on, let me open the let me open the project file real quick.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, so that's the revisit of feminist frequency. It was a bunch of. Well, it's also worth noting, we mentioned this last podcast because we all found out about them being bankrupt. They've gone bankrupt. Feminist frequency is supposedly no more.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why this came to mind as a thing to do. And yeah, I would say that it's an interesting thing to look back on, but good God, the other main thing I have to point out is how unfucking believably boring she is. She is so boring and lame. Her video, she has no character. She makes no jokes. She never does anything funny or says anything funny or makes any real personal observations. She never, the editing is so dry. Everything about it is so dry,
Yeah.
and it's just lame and it sucks. And that's like the main thing. Even when she makes decent points, which most of the time she doesn't, it sucks, man. It just sucks.
Yeah, it's also like that. There's a problem, I think, just in that time with video essays in general, where it's like a lot of it was very much that very bog standard, like no thrills, no nothing, no, not even like a personality to the video, you know?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't really remember a lot of video essays of the time, but she's even worse than Movie Bob.
Oh,
That's
that's
a
rough.
strong statement.
It's like,
Ooh,
no, she really is. Movie Bob has a personality. His personality is like fast talking and being
and
like
eugenics, yes.
yeah, being like a fucking pretentious scumbag, like I am so smart, look at me. And so is Anita a little bit, but she's just so dull. It's
Yeah,
unbelievable. It's
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 sad,
terrible.
you know.
The best thing about the stream was being able to take the FemC battle theme from Persona 3 Portable and sing over it in the intro with feminism tropes first women. That was the only thing that saved that stream, frankly.
Oh man,
All
it was a
right,
good
so
stream. Yeah.
oh wow. Okay, give me a second to finish up this thumbnail
Okay.
because I really like this one. All right, save as
Well,
the
I
YouTube
guess
version.
while that's doing, we should say that yeah, 2024 I do think we're planning on expanding. Uh,
I guess so.
yeah.
Yeah, we should talk more at the end
Yes.
about what we're planning, but we have some really good plans, currently in the works.
All right.
Everything's about to be it's about to be a nice, fun, big year for us.
And we're
I
not even
think.
a
Yeah.
full year of doing the podcast, and I do think that this coming up year is gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go ahead and say because I don't think it's really that much of a secret, but
Yeah.
we're gonna wait till after the holiday season, maybe like first or second week of January, and then we're going to contact Caddy again, and he's down to. I think we're going to be doing a music hyperfixation. I do want to ask him if we can maybe do something else in addition, maybe
Yeah.
like a fun stream playing a certain
Yeah.
game or something like
I
that.
mean,
But
I'm happy to talk to him about because I've been doing more music stuff myself lately, so I wanna ask him some things about production and stuff like that as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I know he's into the drumming too, and I've been trying to be more drum minded lately because a lot of the music I make I just kind of like throw a drum sample on and I'm like, it's fine. But then I listen to it and I'm like, oh, so everything in the song is like there's dynamics and stuff's going on and the drums are just one loop throughout. That's really lame.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
trying to like get more into that and my own stuff too. So yeah, that'll be a fun discussion for sure. And I know we do want to do more gaming stuff into the new year. We've been doing some of that Lethal Company game. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, that game is a lot of fun.
Yeah, we
We'll
gotta
be
play
doing
more.
of that. Yeah, people have been busy. It's been Christmas era.
See,
I only got to play one night.
with that game, that would be fun if we had someone who was like controlling the stream for us, and all of us were casting, and they could just jump between.
Yeah, we'd have
it'd
to
be
find someone to do that.
We'd have
but
to
I would
find a
do that.
way, but that is something I'd love to do. I'm slowly like working on a few ideas just in general of things we could do for like, oh, that could be fun. But right now it's like just jotting them down and all that, and then making sure. Right now is trying to find the time with work and everything for myself. That's been kind of the hardest
Yeah.
thing. But I've had the last few days off work, and I've done next to nothing but play Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. So
Hell yeah.
as everyone does, it's a very dutiful thing that I should be doing. Yes.
It's fun. It's fine. You talk about games as part of the podcast,
Oh, yeah.
so it's content, you know.
Plus, I do think that as we get into the new year, one thing I also want to do is to kind of take the hyperfixations off the main pod. Not take the ones that are currently on there, but like as we go on, giving them their own feed, and then giving what we do after, or what we do beside that its own feed, what have you.
Yeah, something like that. I know that we wanted to go further into the channel,
Yeah.
the specific channel for the thing. Yeah.
True. Yeah, I do think that probably by April, everything will finally just be going out on the Loud Equals Funny channel. For two
Nice.
reasons. For two reasons in a way. One, it's becoming its own brand, and having its own channel for it just makes sense. And two,
Yeah.
my channel is effectively algorithm-wise kind of in a rough spot. Just in
Yeah.
Oh, that'll happen.
That's a shame.
It's old. Like the channel is old, and also I stopped for a very long time and didn't do a thing. So it's I kind of get it. It's also kind of classified as its own kind of thing, and putting long podcasts, it's a different beast. YouTube doesn't know what my channel's doing. So I
it's worried about you.
yeah, it's like, what you doing, Chief? Come on. But our numbers are really good, especially because there are a lot of podcasts that get nothing. Like
I
next to
suppose
nothing.
that's true.
Our numbers,
I look
especially on podcasts,
I look at the
went up
numbers and some. Yeah, I look at the numbers with this podcast, and I'm just reminded of my favorite podcast personally is their YouTube uploads get like 100 views each, and that's that's just normal for them.
We're about 400 to 500 listens per episode.
That's actually crazy for just 3 fucking stupid guys talking about gooning with your son.
Yeah,
gooning with the boys.
Okay.
That's what we're here for.
Listen, don't talk to me till I've had my goon sesh.
Oh yeah, fisting in public. The entirety of Doctor Who. There's a few things that are core.
Oh yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah, which
we got to do the.
I still got to finish the newest episode.
Yeah, new Christmas special came out. I'm already sold on the new Doctor, which is something that hasn't happened since Capaldi. And Capaldi's literally my favorite incarnation, so I'm excited.
I've heard similar things from another Capaldi fan, Gabe, who's been talking about it too. Yeah. And I'm looking forward. I have to catch up. I've been watching old Who. I've been watching Mask of Mandragora with 4. Ooh. That's a really good one. And I've been listening to the Big Finish 4th Doctor stuff.
Yeah.
Tom Baker is amazing. He
really
is so
is.
amazing. Just like there's a really good one that I listened to. It's called Wrath of the Iceni, and it's him and Leela go back into Roman occupied Britain, and they meet Queen Boudica. And Leela gets like super into this like warrior queen lady, and she's all in on Boudica. and the doctor's like, well, she gets horribly massacred and all of her people die, and
Well, she gets
we
horribly
can't
massacred. Everyone dies. Anyway, Leela, would you like a jelly baby?
and we
Tongue on my
can't
scarf,
do
Leela.
we can't do anything about it because it's part of history, you know. And so it's a really great story. Tom Baker's fucking fourth Doctor, like, I think her name's Louise Jameson, plays Leela. She sounds a little bit older, but he sounds fucking the same. It's wild. It's like no time has passed from the 70s.
He
It's
just
crazy.
he just has such a good quality voice.
Yeah, it's amazing, and she's great too. And the whole thing is great. But yeah, no, if you get they're pretty expensive though. So if you manage to find wink wink
Find
some
yes.
big Finish audio dramas, definitely, like, they're wonderful to listen to while you're like trying to go to sleep. You know, wonderful
I
stuff.
found a bunch, and like I have them all on my tablet, and just every so often I'll be like, I want to listen to some Doctor Who. So
Yeah.
I just put them on while I play like Oblivion or something. Fuck it.
Hell yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
respect.
I lost the thing where I found them from, but I found it again. So there you go.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful stuff. Definitely check those out. So the mini hyperfixation on Doctor Who right there. There you go. Boom.
Hell yeah.
By the way, I'm looking
But
back here. Our first episode was published on 6/6/2023.
hey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Which,
Hail Satan.
I mean, we now know when we have to do anniversary episodes. We gotta
Oh
get that
yeah.
up.
It's an easy date to remember.
Yeah. Almost the day that like a fucking Elder Scrolls game would come out on if it came out in the middle of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Now, if only the year ended in 6. If only the year ended in 6. Ooh.
If, or if it had been 2024, that way you could just like say round it up, 2 + 4, 6.
Yeah.
See?
Something like that.
And
Yeah.
we had to pick the loser year for runt year.
Yeah. Oh,
But
wow.
but yeah, I would like to do, because one of the series I think we talked about was one of the things I pitched was basically like a rewatch series. I think I mentioned to you guys I wanted to do an Under the Dome rewatch show called Getting Dome.
I mean, I remember Under the Dome. I don't know. I would like to do like a general thing where we rewatch old shows.
Well, yeah,
I don't know about any specific stuff.
but-
Getting Dome would be a great episode title, at
But
least,
see,
if we do that.
that's why I thought of this is why I actually want to pitch this to you, and we'll see how the audience thinks of it. Basically, a show within show, if that makes sense. So shows within a show, where it's like we rewatch a show, but if we like end up liking a series, we end up dedicating more time to it and giving it its own like sub name.
Yeah,
Okay.
giving it some extra episodes.
Yeah.
Sure. I know we want to at least do the CW superhero bullshit.
Oh yeah,
We have to start with Smallville and then
I am
move
so
on
down for
to
Smallville.
Yeah, absolutely.
For some shows though, we might have to do like one season an episode instead of focusing on like one episode an episode or like 2 or 3, because there are some shows where it's like, yeah, you can skip 6 episodes on this and be perfectly fine.
Honestly, given our runtime, it might just be better to do that in general.
Honestly, yeah. I'd be
It's
down.
like, I feel like I could talk about an episode of TV and everything I liked and dislike about it, and like
Yeah.
maybe the runtime of the actual like episode itself, maybe.
If we ever get to like The Walking Dead, some of those I'm gonna just skip straight up seasons.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
I've never watched Walking Dead. I don't know. Well, I watched a little of the first season because I remember it was supposed to be one of the many. This show's the new Lost, and
Yeah.
I don't think it really was, but
See, it was Lost. It was the same way that Lost kind of fell apart by the end. That's the way it was like Lost. Yeah.
I wonder what the newest
Uh,
new loss is. I guess that would be Squid Game.
Uh for like as actually good, probably Squid Game. For falls apart in the end, maybe like what's that? Honestly, The Boys kind of got fallen off a little bit in season 2, and season 3 got a little better, but season 2 was real bad.
mm,
Uh, honestly, I tend to not watch a lot of shows that end up falling off.
Understandable.
And yet you watched all of The Flash.
Well, hey, you can't fall off when you never were someplace to begin with, except actually, you know what? Season 1's really good. I'll defend season 1.
It's not really good. It's fine. It's fine. That show came out around the
Yeah.
same time the Daredevil show came out. I can't ever, in
I
any
think
good
season
conscience,
2
call
was
that
Daredevil
shit.
around the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2014. I think season 1 came out, so it's like a decade ago almost. But
Yeah, oh god, now there's gonna be waves of nostalgia for that.
yeah, no, that makes sense.
I own every season on Blu-ray, so I guess I can't say anything.
Bane.
So,
I'm sorry.
but
yeah,
moving on to other
on.
stuff that we want to do this year.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So we do have one guest that we've been sort of meaning to contact.
Yep.
And
Justin
God, I
Lang.
really want to do the Resident Evil hyperfixations with that guy.
Oh yeah.
Because I got such a good idea for the Resident Evil hyperfixations video, which I feel like would have to be its own separate thing on the channel.
Yeah.
But I got the idea recently because I've been playing through like basically every Resident Evil game, every mainline Resident Evil game in release order, and I just kind of posted. I did a little funny shit post on my Twitter, and then one of my friends just responded, "Hey, you know that honestly, I feel the same way," and I just kind of got the idea in my head. I should do a tier list of this specific thing in Resident Evil, and I need everyone's input on all of this, like as we're doing the tier list, because I feel insane, but that extra bit of validation from one of my friends got me thinking, wow, I really want to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, I may or may
it's
not
definitely
have just
something
shot a message to him.
It's definitely it's definitely something that I want to reveal in the moment, but it's so incredibly unhinged that I understand if y'all don't want to take part in it.
Dude, just even by you describing it, I'm 100% down.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, funny enough, after just sending us, I literally just got a response. He said, for sure, probably have to be March.
Oh, shit. All right, guys. Look forward to March.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Also look forward to January too, because not only are we doing a thing with a certain guest, but a certain guest is also going to be doing. There's going to be some further nonsense, like the ice level video on my channel. So.
I can't wait for that video.
Dude, that video that was hilarious.
Yes, it's going to be a good time.
When do you need my stuff for that by?
Oh, like, I don't know.
General date.
Another person is saying like set first half of January, so I think that works.
All right, that works. Let me find the tweet that I was gonna find the tweet that I was talking about. I'm just gonna post this here and just gauge your reactions without revealing anything to the public.
Oh shit.
Oh. Yes, yeah, I think you mentioned something about that. That's good.
I feel it.
I
like it.
So yeah, that's cool and fun and exciting now. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Do we have any other talks of plans? Because there is still a decent amount of stuff left to talk about.
Let's say the only other thing is I do feel like this is, again, so far we're just early discussions about it, not anything major, but me and Gabe might be bringing back an old a thing we tried for a couple episodes. It was really good, and then we just never did anything because we ended up kind of forgetting about it, honestly. Mike and Gabe at the movies, because I've been meaning, I've needed an excuse to go back and actually go to a theater again, in a way.
Yeah.
And also, I enjoy talking about movies with Gabe. Something that I believe both of you guys can attest to is me and Gabe spend a lot of time whenever we're just in like a chat talking about movies and shit. Which I would really love to talk about. There is some sad news. One of the actors in the film Parasite passed away recently.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
over a marijuana investigation, which in South Korea is highly illegal. And that is not a segue to Cushy Dreams this time. We're going to wait a few minutes before we do that. As I just realized I was saying, I'm like, oh, that's bad taste. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also staying in. But yeah, no, there's a lot of film recently that I'd love to discuss. That also I do feel like would be just weird and out of context for the loud equals funny brand. So I think bringing that back makes a lot of sense. You know, it'll still be within the general umbrella, as it were. But
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
yep.
This is breaking news.
Breaking news. Oh shit.
Breaking in quotes and news in quotes.
Understands.
Switch 2 is trending on Twitter. And obviously
Yeah.
this happens every other fucking week. There's no announcement for a Switch 2. If it happens, it's probably going to be in like 2025 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo is still riding really high on Switch success.
Nintendo's gonna put
Yeah.
that
But-
right against the GTA 6 launch.
There's this tweet, the top one. If you look, well, my top one. If I look at Switch 2 on Twitter trending,
Yeah.
RGT85, who I may have said some silly things about in the past, but god damn, this is funny.
Yeah.
This is a quote from RGT85 on Twitter. So I heard a new Switch 2 rumor that it'll take physical media. But it's not on the system itself. Instead, you put the cartridge in your ass, and it uses fingerprint technology to identify that the card is inserted properly in your ass. Then it lets you play the game.
Oh, finally.
Dude,
I
fuck
can't
yeah.
wait, honestly. Nintendo's back in their bop era. They're in
I
the
mean,
banger area.
They're hitting
Era.
they're hitting just I mean, I guess it's impressive, you know?
Yeah, I can't wait. Shit.
Oh, man.
That's interesting.
All right, so, I don't know. After thinking about it for most of this episode, I think I'm gonna not talk about the crazy thing. I'll just give at least not go in depth on it,
Oh, no.
because I've been hyping it up too much, and it's kind of not really all that insane. But essentially, I'll go over this as quickly as I can while giving context.
Oh, yeah, you were gonna bring up a crazy thing, and now you fucker. All right.
All right, so this is a tweet, the beginning of a thread, and the beginning of a whole kerfuffle. Quote from that vegan healer on Twitter.
Oh boy.
Trigger warning, disturbing, rant. My cat Snow, parentheses, who was vegan for her entire life, ate my hamster while I wasn't at home.
Vegan
As a cat
for
lover,
life?
As a cat lover, I'm devastated. I don't think I'll ever own a cat again. On my way to the vet right now to have her euthanized, and I'm bawling my eyes out. It hurts. Goodbye, Snow. Okay. I know that sounds bad.
Is vegan. Right.
But it's revealed much later that basically she gets I'm pretty sure this is a she. Yeah, she gets absolutely fucking toasted in the replies, obviously. And it gets very it seems like this is a real person. They post a tweet that says cats can be vegan 27 times in a row, and it gets community noted along with every single other tweet in this thread.
Yeah.
But then eventually
Cats can be vegan. Community note: your cat is dead. Well, I guess it's not dead, but your cat is clearly not a vegan. So shut up.
Your cat's not
Your hamster
truly
is
a
dead.
vegan.
So I think the funny thing is,
Yeah.
Wow, that thought literally slipped my mind as I was speaking it.
I've
Okay.
had that happen where it's like, oh, that's gone. All right.
Well, anyway, so eventually it's revealed that she mixes up the cat's gender at one point, And eventually it's revealed this is a whole big fucking bait kerfuffle,
Oh.
which I'm not sure if it's masterful bait or just horrible.
Yeah.
But man, it got people riled up enough to where I bookmarked it to talk about it, but now it's just kind of not really
Well, I had heard
relevant.
something about that at some point too. Like that, I think somebody mentioned it on the server. It's definitely a fucking a Twitter moment. It's a Twitter
Yep.
user moment.
Speaking of Twitter moments,
Yes.
so
Fuck. Sorry.
you guys know the Yakuza series, the Like a Dragon series.
The Ryu.
Oh no, the Yongye series.
Yes,
That's
the Yongye series, where Kiryu sounds like he's mad about his canvas bag.
Yeah.
So, on V, someone posted a picture of Ichiban, and it looks like he's a little sad and tearing up. And the text says, "Why are games as of late trying to push this retarded idea where it's okay for men to act like retarded, quote unquote, soft man children and crybabies? You barely ever see anyone just being properly stoic and taking things as they happen in strive." Then forcing their way forward instead of giving up or complaining like women about how shit everything is.
yeah.
And of course, Twitter. Yes, yeah, you read all that, and then you just take it in strive. Of course, a V user is going to be retarded, but then in typical shitty Twitter account fashion, at Daka1, who is obviously a Warhammer fan,
Dude, that guy, biggest fucking like annoying hypocrite on Twitter because he can't, like, all of his opinions, all of them, every single fucking post is always stolen from fucking 4chan.
Yep.
Literally,
So-
the dude repurposes V content, which I thought we used to shame and make fun of back in the day, but I guess
did.
not.
back in my day.
Yeah, back in my day.
Lady.
Yeah, back in
But,
my day.
This highly regarded individual
Yeah.
says, "I blame trying to appeal to soy boys like Yang Ye. Nobody wants to see a grown ass man ugly cry." There's going to be some Yakuza 3 spoilers here.
There's gonna be some
I'm gonna
entire
keep it
Yakuza
as-
franchise spoilers.
I'm going to keep it as spoiler free as possible, but there's going to be some minor general plotline spoilers.
Mhm.
In Yakuza 3, a main character dies. This is Yakuza 3 from fucking the late 2000s,
From
like 2008.
9 games ago.
And a main character dies who Kiryu is close with.
Yeah.
And Kiryu cries and weeps and screams in fucking anguish.
Yeah,
and
it's
it is
actually a bit too much.
yeah, it's to the point where it's like uncomfortable where how sad he is. It's so fucking clear to me that these people have never played a fucking Yakuza game before.
Yeah, it's like,
Because you know where else Kiryu cries and weeps and screams in anguish? Yakuza 1, maybe Yakuza 5. Oh, it happens in Gaiden, but people make fun of that one because Yang voiced him.
Imagining people. He doesn't voice him in Gaiden.
No, I think he does because the English patch or the English.
There's a dub for Gaiden now?
The dub released post-launch.
Oh no!
it was weird. I don't get why it launched.
Oh, that's not good. I don't want to play that. Oh man, no. But I don't know. Anybody trying to make an argument that the Yakuza games are like anti-manly or something? They're not. They're like that. That's the main thing that the series is known for is the manly men, buff men. Manly guy.
Incredibly manly men.
I think it's just pretty, I don't know, pretty self-evidently immature that you're gonna complain about, like, the Manly Man series, where a man is depicted as being able to cry and have grief. You know, like, I think that's the right depiction, and you not being able to see that is kind of the problem.
Yeah, culture war bullshit has actually poisoned people's minds.
It is
Like,
broken
it's
fucked.
a generation of people.
Billions must die. We need to go back a generation.
We really do. It's like maybe we should have just nuked everyone. You know,
Yeah, maybe 2012 should have been the end.
it feels like it was
If
honestly.
only.
Yeah, we've just kind of been spinning downwards after that point.
We've
God,
been living in a corpse and partying in it.
It's so fucking wild that was 11 years ago.
2025
11
is closer than 2012.
11
Easy
years
to
and 1
forget.
week ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember telling a lady at a supermarket, "Have a happy apocalypse," and she looked at me like she didn't understand and had never heard that 2012 was going to be the end of the
Oh
world.
fuck! I envy her. I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
get. That. I couldn't get. I couldn't fucking hear the end of it.
I had some
Yeah,
family members
it
that
was
thought it was
pretty-
actually going to be the end if they started selling shit.
Oh, nice.
Some of my family members
Well,
are weird,
wait.
crazy nuts.
Why
Were
would
they
you
part
sell
of-
shit? The money
were-
isn't gonna do you any
Were
good.
they,
They
were
were
they
planning
part of the
on- Yeah.
Herald camping or whatever?
They
was that
they weren't exactly Herald camping, but they were like they saw them from a glass bottom boat. You know, like same level of crazy, just not exactly the same dude. You know,
I see.
they couldn't even be grifted by the one that was actually the notable weirdo. How sad is that?
Yeah, it was just some dude who said, "Oh, hey, the Mayan calendar ends here."
Yeah.
Huh? Ain't that funny?
Like, oh, it's like, you're just dumb.
It doesn't even really end. It just enters a new fucking like era.
Well,
That's
yeah,
it.
and also it's like, yeah, who after a certain point a calendar has to end. No shit.
Yeah, you can't fucking make an infinite calendar. Are you insane?
People are fucking bafflingly dumb.
Yeah. Speaking of people being bafflingly dumb and also culture war bullshit, are you guys ready to hear about America's funniest anti-woke brand?
Oh boy, yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, I need to pull up the website for this.
Okay. Really quick, this is a random topic because Claw, you mentioned how I got you. I think you mentioned how I got you Postal 4.
Yeah.
I'm looking here because I remember seeing a YouTube video and I forgot about this. Yeah, somebody actually fixed Postal 3 and I'm tempted to buy it.
Oh,
shit.
God.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's much fixing it. It's got a lot of fucking problems.
Yeah, I've seen. I like playing weird, shitty games sometimes, if I'm being honest.
Well, yeah, me too. I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
So, I want you guys to guess what product the what was the quote? The America's funniest anti-woke brand is. I want you to guess what it is.
I thought it would be the anti-woke beer, but you said that wasn't it, so I'm
It wasn't that.
drawing a
It's not that. It's somewhat similar. I'll say.
I'm gonna guess
Is
a
it My
cereal
Pillow?
Wait, what? What?
brand. Oh, you
Is
said
it My Pillow?
yeah, is it My Pillow?
The fuck is My Pillow?
My Pillow is this guy who made a weird pillow
Yeah,
and
he's a
then he
former
became a
crackhead.
super Trump
Oh.
dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
this guy.
That guy.
No,
Mike
it's not
Lindell,
this guy.
yeah. That guy's
Ah.
funny. I might need to write up something about him to talk about because
Just invite him on.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Huh,
I
huh, go for
don't
it.
know if he'd do it, but I'd be willing to bring
Oh.
on a crazy person.
what was your guess, Bane?
My guess, like I first said the conservative beer, so I'm gonna guess the complete opposite: cereal.
Cereal. Is there a conservative cereal?
Other than cornflakes, I feel like cornflakes is a conservative cereal.
Yeah, yeah.
Ronald Reagan's. I don't know.
I looked it up, and all I can see is an article from the Independent where conservatives say that because there's Pride Fruit Loops, Kellogg's is sexualizing cereal, and also conservatives are running out of things to eat because they're boycotting everything. And I think that's a funny headline. Anyway, it's neither of those.
Yeah.
Allow me to introduce you guys to Woke Tears Water.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
It it costs $37 for a 24 pack.
Identifies as transparent.
They have
So-
one. They have one joke.
So
They're also only 16.9 ounces.
So this is like when people bought like male tears and the male tears mugs, and people were like, "That's just semen." But now it's the alternative of that. Woke tears. I'm drinking your semen tears, your woke semen.
Yeah.
It's just
So
this is only designed to sucker the dumbest person in the world.
it really fucking is. It is.
They have a refund policy. That's hilarious. I don't believe they'll actually refund anyone.
Oh God, where
To
is
start
that?
to start a return, you can contact us at Kyle@woketearswater.com.
Oh, of course, his name is fucking Kyle. Oh, that's
moment.
amazing.
You
Do
know,
you guys want to? Do you guys want to guess what what they call their 60 case order?
what's
That's
that?
60 cases of 24 count woke tears bottled water. You want to know what they call it?
I can only imagine.
The macroaggression order.
Huh.
Oh, this is okay, you know, I figured out who this is by. This is by the fucking Daily Wire guy.
Oh my God, is it?
Yep, you know how I figured this out? Because
Everything makes so much sense now.
on the gift ideas page, it has a link to on February 17th, be a good love bird, buy our favorite Jeremy's chocolate for your special Valentine. Which Jeremy's chocolate is Jeremy Boring, which great name of Daily Wire. He's a fucking CEO of Daily Wire, and he has to. He thinks one that he deserves his own chocolate company, which is so up its own ass.
Deserves his own chocolate company.
I
It's-
deserve this.
but
I
it's-
deserve to be Willy Wonka.
But it's named Jeremy's. It's
That's
fucking
not a great
named
chocolate name. Yeah.
Jeremy's.
I mean, there's like Laura Secord, but I don't know. That's been around for a while, so.
Yeah, this is after like he got in a pissing fight with Hershey's, and then this website is also because he got in a pissing fight with Harry's Razors, who is not a sponsor, despite me emailing them 6 times. Just saying.
Well, why even mention their name, Bane?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna cut that out.
Gotta blur it
Bleep.
out, yeah.
Bleep. If you got in a fight with Bleep Razors. You know what? Yeah, fuck Bleep Razors. They're fucking like, oh hey, here's our email live. Fuck you. That's all I gotta say. Enough point. Yeah, no. Again, like you couldn't have named it like I get it. Hershey's was like a Hershey guy's last name. I kind of get that, but your last name isn't Jeremy. You should have went with Boring's chocolate.
There's a reason he didn't go with boring chocolates.
I would buy Boring chocolates. That's actually funny.
I guess it would be a funny name, yeah.
It's more clever. But
It's a lot less boring than Jeremy's.
Yeah.
Ironically, it's less boring.
Also, we got to talk about, if you go back to the Woke Tears Water, it has a gift ideas tab, and some of these are just, you can tell they really kicked up the snark.
They have a single joke, and goddamn, they're sticking to it.
They're hitting that joke right out of the water. Be a good friend. Buy it for your liberal friends to help them quench their white guilt.
Nice.
Yes, white guilt. It's just like thirst.
Yep. Be a good boss. Buy it for your Gen Z employees to help them relax and smile a little. Not everything's a battle for social justice or calls for a clenched fist.
Well, that's
Actually
true.
thinks that, retard. Holy shit.
I mean, it's true, but also it's like it's so cringe to say it like this. Be a good parent. Buy it for your snowflake kids to help them build character. It's water. It will also help them stay hydrated in the event of excessive crying. Again, it's water. If you're buying this water though, and like again, you can, if you've got shitty water, you can buy a water filter and use your tap. If you need bottled water, there are loads of much cheaper alternatives than spending $12.95 for a 6 count of 16-ounce water.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. How can you can't really say that they're that dumb. They are going to be swindling
Oh yeah,
stupid people.
I
Yeah,
mean, again, for the
I know
market,
people who would probably buy this if
for,
I showed it to them.
for the market this is going for, I hope to God it suckers all of them. I hope to God it hits.
Yeah, I mean it's
I
at the
mean,
very least it's not funny, but it's a good grift.
yeah, honestly, I have to,
Yeah.
In
as
fact, you know what? Fuck it. Woke Tears Water, if you're listening,
yeah,
send us a case.
I will advertise your things to be the dumbest people
Yeah.
I know, and I know some of them will buy it.
Come on. I think we could really just turn some woke tears water if we had that
Yeah.
sponsorship. It would be a great one.
I will be a foot soldier. I'll be walking with this fucking branding everywhere I go. I am a very easy person.
I mean, I think that there's a definite group of people who are like ironically, you have to imagine the people who are making woke tears water are probably very aware that they're just, taking money from stupid people. So like,
Oh yeah.
they're probably based
Yeah,
to some degree.
in a way, it's I guess
Prove
it's
you're based, sponsor us.
yeah. Hey,
Give
exactly.
us money.
I
Give us
I
the money you take from schmucks.
morally I look at this as like less scummy than like those evangelicals on TV, the ones who are like, you have to give me $100,000 if you want to get into heaven. Like
Yeah,
this is less
stop
scummy than
watching
that.
cartoons, Slick. Give God money.
Yeah, but it's like you have to fund my private jet or else you will not see the pearly gates. It's like, yeah, okay, but this kind of grift, you're scamming people. Sure, you're horribly scamming people. That amount for 6 bottles of water, you should be charged with a federal crime for that.
13 $13
Huh.
for 6 bottles of water is literally the fucking like
Yeah,
That's like
for 16
ballpark
for
prices.
16.9 ounce bottles, by the way. These aren't like big ass Voss water bottles.
yeah,
These aren't like, the large Fiji.
and
This
these are
is
not.
an Evian.
Yeah, and like Tristan said, these aren't these Voss bottles where you could cave someone's skull in with them if you hit them hard enough. No, these are
Yeah.
shitty plastic water bottles. Like you're not getting $12
It's
worth.
there and like it isn't even like fucking oh jeez, my mind is fucking blanking. It's not like Liquid Death where it's
Yeah,
like you know that it's going to be some high quality water either. This is probably just tap water.
yeah. This is
Yeah.
probably the same. Like if you're getting this from Ice Mountain or one of those big brands, this is probably the exact same place. And
Yep.
it doesn't even say where it's bottled, which is not a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's baffling.
Bobbled in my basement.
Yeah, I'm taking a look through its entire website here, and I'm not finding anything.
This is a really good grift. Allegedly.
I gotta say,
Honestly, yeah.
I'm still looking at the gift ideas page, and I think the funniest thing I can see on here is be a good human, buy it for all who want to abolish woke supremacy.
Oh yeah,
Jesus Christ.
and don't
Woke
forget.
supremacy.
Oh, you should read out number 10. That's gold. That you know what?
On
That's
all
hilarious.
gift woke tears gift idea number 10. On all days of the year, don't be a hater. Buy our water.
You know,
Okay.
props. I'll give respect to that one.
This is dumb. Uh
It's bafflingly stupid. I love that shit. Uh,
so yeah, that's
yeah.
crazy.
That's
Woke tears water. Let me give me the sponsorship. Tier woke cummies. Give it
yeah.
to me.
Look, you and
We'll
I both.
advertise it in a way that nobody else will.
Yeah,
That's
you
for
and I
sure.
both know that like you can't get as good of an ad reads as we give.
Yeah, we mentioned
Yeah.
9/11 in our shit. You can't top us.
Yeah, which
9/11.
which by the way,
Do you want
no.
Osama bin Laden's name to be uttered in your fucking ad read?
yeah.
We got you, buddy.
Although-
we
I
got
think
you.
a
Although
lot
we
of
will not
people
be
would probably
uttering it
do
in the
that for
next
him. Yeah.
We have to skip that on this next part of the ad read, but hey, we can do that. I mean, you guys love the Bush era. It's when like Fox News is popular.
Yeah,
Smooth as a
exactly.
butcher.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. Dude, we could have made so much money just being lazy talking heads in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Rush Limbaugh got to set his fat ass and just keep eating for years.
I mean, there's a lot of lazy talking heads now too.
Oh, true.
So I think
Yeah,
there's
but
still
the
an
market's
opportunity.
oversaturated.
Yeah.
You know, everyone knows. You know, everyone's like a fucking discount. Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, fucking Matt Walsh.
Yeah, but the problem is they all want to be what fucking Rush Limbaugh was 20 years ago, successful.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they are successful, just not to the degree.
Not
he
not
was.
the same amount. It's too saturated, therefore not as much money.
Yeah.
By the time Rush Limbaugh was like, had to be put into dialysis to talk, he was still like a billionaire almost.
Yeah.
So hey, the one positive is Ben Shapiro will never be a billionaire.
Oh yes. Oh,
Won't even-
I was
won't
a
even be
little sad.
double millionaire.
I was a
Neither
little sad
will it.
just now. But, ooh, that perks me up.
Neither will Anita Sarkeesian. That's another
True.
thing we could be happy about.
Very
Yeah.
true.
Fem Shapiro.
Or I guess Dennis Prager.
Him neither. No.
Dennis Prager's old money. His
Actually,
next
Yeah,
generation.
he doesn't really need the money.
Anyone else working for PragerU though? They don't get nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Adam
They get the
Carolla's
table scraps from big old Denny.
Adam Carolla's still in like dead on his fucking 2004 Toyota Corolla. He's just happy to be around. I'm saying that out of love. I love Adam Carolla, but that man is living off table scraps.
Damn.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
guys, I have some bad news.
What's that?
Mhm.
A second gay congressional staffer was filmed having sex in the Capitol building.
Oh yeah, did we talk about the first one?
No, we didn't because that was
That happened in between. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like that was like a little bit before Christmas, and this was like right before Christmas.
Yeah. Also, let me tell
Damn.
you, this is also like a half bitch about how Twitter's new user interface works, or search algorithms, I should say. Because I was just scrolling through my feed and I saw the first video.
Oh, you saw the video?
I saw the video and it auto played, and I got to see, an empty room. I'll describe this visual to you. An empty room, a very big room with a very long table, and then a naked dude's just ass right there in the frame, and then suddenly I just see a dick going into it. I'm like, God damn it. God damn it.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, good. Honestly, though, respect.
Honestly, we need to normalize fucking in like government buildings.
Yeah, look, okay. People like to judge
It's either
public.
that or a KB Toys.
Yeah, look, if these people are gonna fuck over, like, they already fuck over Americans. Let people have sex in those rooms too, okay?
let them literally fuck over Americans.
Let them have some fun. Yeah, finally, for once, a consensually an American bent over and fucked by a congressman. Consensually for once.
just the once.
Yeah.
So that's all I really had to say about it. It's just that it's just a funny fucking title.
The second one, I
funny headline.
didn't even know about the second one until later. When I heard about it, I'm like, all right, we're gonna start seeing a lot more of these, aren't we?
Yep, I guess so.
Which
Nice.
honestly, though, all of them will be posers compared to the first guy.
Yeah. He was the real hero.
He started the trend.
I'm not gonna make that joke.
He walked so everyone else could run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had trouble walking for the rest of the day, so everyone else could have trouble running the rest of the day.
He was walking very stiffly for one day, so everyone else could run.
Huh.
Speaking of running or lack thereof,
Cushy Dreams. No.
Oh, I was gonna go into something completely different.
Let's do Cushy Dreams real quick. Yeah.
All right.
Let's run with Cushy Dreams, folks. Code LOUD25 will get you 25% off your order of any item.
This is your second fucking reminder this episode, because you simpletons need it drilled into your head more. If you use Cushy Dreams code LOUD25 at checkout, you can get 25% off of your weed order.
Yeah.
That means that.
Sorry, go on.
Listen, you can either save more money, or you can just you can spend the same amount of money, but just get 25% more.
Exactly. Look, the big holidays are over, but we're slowly getting to those smaller holidays. Although smaller for some people, like Valentine's, you may want to get your partner a Cushy Dreams care package. That is entirely possible. They sell that. St. Patrick's Day is coming up in around not too much longer after that.
Yeah, give your favorite Irishman some green.
Oh yeah. Look,
Yeah.
if you want to make an Irishman happy, weed is not the worst way to go. Definitely not the worst way to go.
Hell yeah. Speaking from experience.
Speaking from a lot of experience, yes. And look, Cushy Dreams, no matter what, holiday, birthday party, graduation, you got a birthday party for a 21-year-old.
We should specify. Yes, college graduate
Yes.
or someone who's been held back for
someone
like 3 years.
Someone who's done medical school, man, to put up with all that bullshit, they want some Cushy Dreams.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe you're like a football player and your brain is like mush and you're graduating grade 7, but you're 15. You're like 25 years old.
Are you Happy Gilmore?
Exactly. If you're Happy Gilmore, this is the product for you.
Are you Forrest Gump?
just don't share it with your buddies from school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that hot teacher, although it again is weird when she's hitting on a student no matter how old he is. It's a little weird.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
Yeah, she gets
a little bit
real
strange.
into him in that movie, but also I understand exactly why he was after her, so it's fine. By the way, I almost fucked up and called Happy Gilmore fucking Patch Adams. I don't know why Patch Adams.
Oh god!
came
Oh no!
Very slightly different
a
movie.
little different. But yeah, again, Cushy Dreams. They'll be there for any event, any party, family, friends, loved ones, associates,
Funeral.
clients, especially funerals. Look, you gotta go to every funeral on edibles, okay?
Folks, did
Yeah,
you
just
get
blaze up next to the deceased.
Oh yeah.
folks?
He doesn't mind.
Did you get fired? Do you need to take the edge off? There you go.
Yeah. Look,
There's one answer.
Cushy Dreams. They have expressly said I could not say this, but Cushy Dreams has stopped multiple office spree killings.
Oh, nice.
We're revealing the truth, people.
Yes.
We're breaking the conditioning.
Yeah, Cushy Dreams product is actually thick enough. You can create a vest out of it, and it will protect you from bullets.
It makes
If
plate
you
care,
get
though.
enough,
You gotta buy a lot.
That's true.
Yeah, you have to buy quite a lot using promo code
please,
Loud25 at checkout.
Please, for the love of God, use allow 25 on that
Yes.
for our sakes and yours. Good lord,
Yeah.
you're gonna be spending a lot if you want to make a cushy bulletproof.
Because then
vest.
when you do wind up probably getting killed anyways, we will be able to laugh at you personally.
Yes, and
True.
legally,
Yeah,
won't be
that's
liable.
actually in
Neither
the
will Cushy Dreams.
that's actually in the Cushy Dreams terms of service.
Yeah.
If you use their stuff as a bulletproof vest and you die anyway, everyone has the right to laugh at you. Not
Yeah.
even just people at the company.
Yeah, your family first, and they will laugh.
Yeah. They really will.
They really
They
will.
already
Yeah.
laugh at you behind your back, but I mean,
look-
you'll be gone anyway. So
You're gonna be it'll be the ultimate punchline, yeah.
Yeah, but then of course, you'll find that one family member you like dealing with, and they'll find a bit of Cushy Dreams on you at the funeral, and you'll have brightened their day up. So
and then everyone will smile and they'll
Exactly.
remember you as you were and
So-
not
so
as
in-
you died.
in reality, wasn't the death worth it at that point?
Honestly, I would say
Worth
so.
more than your pathetic life, listener. So go today and invalidate your existence by purchasing weed with our promo code
Yes.
Loud25 at checkout.
I can also attest they did not agree to anything I just said in that read there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might have to cut something out. But hey,
I think we'll be fine.
it was fun.
Well,
And of course, goes without saying, we have a Patreon. You
Yep.
can support us there if you like.
Patreon.
we also have merch.
which all can
Again.
be found at loudequalsfunny.com.
Yes, and again, if you get merch, send us pictures.
Yep,
Because the only pictures that I've seen are kind of low resolution.
I should say
And
that
I wanna-
I think next week once I get just everything sorted, we should be getting our merch samples.
Oh, sick.
I will need you to resend me your addresses. But that's a different story.
Okay.
Mostly because I can't find them when I was looking, and I'm too lazy to search.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
I think I sent mine to you. I'm gonna just pin it.
I think that's really all we got for this episode, though.
Oh, I still have more.
Oh shit, really?
Oh,
All right, give me a sec. I'm pinning
this
my
year
address
is not
in my
over,
chat
people.
with you.
Yes.
All
Thank you.
right, there we go. All right, so I have three things.
Yeah.
One of them is
Ooh.
just a quick mention because this is that's actually breaking news. But first, you guys are aware of the Twitch meta that we talked about last time, right?
Yes.
I mean, I would hope you were.
Oh, the boobies. There's a new one.
Oh no, it's the same one where women will allegedly basically put bare minimum clothing on and then just sit in front of the camera with it just being barely cut off to where it looks like they're not wearing anything. I personally still believe they're not. Personally,
There's some that are not, and there's some where it's like, that's close.
Yeah, we probably don't need the children on Twitch watching that.
There was this one guy who did it, and he was just sitting in a thing. He turned, and like the camera caught what was under the sensor bar, and it was a fucking Speedo. What a coward!
Yeah, which if you're gonna go in on that, go all in.
Yeah.
Like,
just take the 7 days on the chin.
Yeah.
Take the 7 days on the chin.
Yeah.
So speaking of guys who have done something like that,
yeah.
Boogie2988
Oh.
went live for like a few minutes, completely fucking naked, with his gunt hanging over where his dick should be.
Where theoretically his dick could be. Honestly, I felt good about my weight after looking at that. I don't want to sound rude or fat shaming or anything, but Jesus fuck. It blurred together.
I'm a very large man. His gunt is the size of me.
There's a difference between being like large and then just being like I don't know where some of it began and some of it ended.
Like, I'm large, but if I lift my push the fupa back a bit, I can at least I can see it.
Yeah, it's like where your dick is. You can feel it. You can touch it. I don't think Boogie can touch his penis.
So
I think Boogie has to grab flesh and adjust around.
Yeah. So he went live like that.
Yeah.
No sensor bar, but his fupa was acting as a sensor bar. And he got banned very quickly. And I think it's because he didn't put the proper tags on the stream or something like that.
Yeah, because there are tags that do again, they suppress you from under 18 channels that are marked as under 18.
Yeah.
It's say what you will, but there's a thing there. You gotta follow it, Boogie. Despite what you say about a lot of these girls, they are tagging, at least the big ones. I don't check out most of
the funniest thing about this is his stated goals for doing this.
Yeah.
Quote. This is a quote from 2 days before Christmas. This and part of a larger tweet. My goal was to troll all the women who do this, troll Twitch, and hopefully get them to review their policies that allows this shit. Boogie.
It's literally
we all know you did it for attention, Boogie.
Yeah, this is literally I'm pretending to be retarded fucking post. This is jokes on them. I was only pretending.
Not even that. It's I was pretending. I am pretending to be a moral crusader or something like that.
Yeah, he's trying really hard to make this a thing, but it's really just about him.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find here, I don't know, he's just all over the place with everything in life, and it's now anytime he says anything, and just okay, it's all right, it's whatever now.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Boogie, if you want to come on the podcast to defend yourself, sure, but we're not going to take you that seriously. You've already kind of messed that up.
I don't know, Boogie's just somebody who, again, like, I can't believe he's popular at all. It's like his whole thing was just being a screaming fat guy, and then
He
for some
lives.
reason that turned it into, like, he's like the one
Well,
of the biggest celebrities,
well,
apparently.
I can kind of explain it because for a little bit he tried to be more than that, and for a
Yeah.
tiny bit it
Okay.
actually worked. Like he did more Vin Francis videos. He actually talked about like some shit in his personal life, which some of it was a little too like okay, and then some of it was fine, and then some
Yeah.
of it was
Mhm.
actual stuff about the industry, which was like I'll be
He did
honest here,
talk
some
about
stuff
news often.
I watched it.
Yeah.
It would be like if Spawn Wave, just like if you guys know the Spawn Wave YouTube channel, I watch him because he puts out a video every day at 8. It's all about like video game news, and then
Yeah.
it's done.
You don't even
Concise,
really
yeah.
have
Yeah,
to watch it because you can just go and look at the in the description.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But
basically.
this would be like if he started like getting himself involved with shit he shouldn't do, and then started
Yeah, like
like
talking, like
spiraling.
getting a divorce and talking about it openly and
Yeah,
stuff like
and
that. Just
then
like,
like
come on.
and then making that his entire personality for like at least 6 months, and then him talking about how he's going broke, but also he constantly spins and spins. It's like, okay, Boogie, I've lost all sympathy now. It's zero.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's, I don't know.
it sucks because I really did used to look up to him,
I liked him at one point.
like as a weight loss goals
I
kind of thing.
remember his thing. Well, yeah, there was that period of time where he lost weight and then it just immediately came back.
Yeah,
I mean, and clearly that speaks to, he's got some problems with his weight and everything. It's not like he's just, I don't want to just be like, oh, he was fat and then he wasn't, and now he's fat again. What's
yeah.
that about? It's like, well, yeah,
Well,
he's
it's like
got some kind of,
he made a change, and for a little bit it seemed like it was working, and then and this is also like due to a lot of other things he's just been doing in his life. It spiraled again, and then now he's back essentially to where he was before
yeah.
because I don't know how to describe this. He can't take personal, I don't know if it's other than like personal responsibility or like accountability for his life, and so he just kind of pushes it on everything around him.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
like
describe it other than that.
he constantly tries to shirk the blame for things that are very clearly on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny enough, from that the documentary, that scene where he's doing the interview, it's like constant excuse after excuse, and after a while even the interviewer's like, are you sure bringing up that you were on a like that you worked in a porn industry is a good thing for an interview?
she she was so fucking real. I like her.
Yeah, it's like,
She's just like, buddy, buddy.
yeah, it's like
Listen,
she
you
got
gotta
hired
bring
to
that
do a
up,
faux
buddy.
interview for him, but the roast was real. Yeah, it's like, why would you say this in an actual interview? Like, and he's become insulated because if you watch a video, the people that he's friends with, I mean, they do make Boogie kind of like they're very subservient to him, you know?
Mm.
Like they're very much like they don't push back when he says something. Even when he mocks them in front of them, he does not push back. Like they don't push back to him. And it's
Yeah, they're
like
kind of like George Lucas's toadies on the prequels.
kinda, but it's even more sad because it's like that reinforcement, because they don't push back against him. That reinforces his bad habits, and he just keeps doing it. So he has like in real life personal just like negative feedback reinforcement. Boogie will never grow up. Boogie is like Boogie's like a 19-year-old in a 40 some odd 45 some odd year old man's body.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why that can happen to people, and at a certain point in time, it's like, he kind of had help and all of that, but he just kind of rejects that at every turn, it seems.
Yep.
It seems like at various points he's turned his life around, and and then just turned it back again. I don't know. He rejects it for some reason.
Yeah, and the problem is, it's like, I wouldn't be as upset as I am now if he didn't constantly, at least before this, sympathy bait.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get as frustrated as I was with that Mama Max video, where it's like, your point is like, you've done so many misguided things, and my sympathy for you is zero now. You like,
Yeah,
you
it's
get a whole
very difficult.
documentary now about yourself because, like, you pissed away an opportunity that people would kill for. People would kill for the kind of money that Boogie had. People have killed for the kind of money that Boogie had at one point. And,
People probably still do.
yeah, and now he's living in a constant spiral of debt because his wife left him and he couldn't take the ego hit and just kept buying hookers. I feel no sympathy. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, I mean, and once I heard that there was like NFT bullshit involved, that's when I had to just kind of roll my eyes about that.
It's like, I also like, I'm not taking a moral issue about him. Like, I want to get this out in public before somebody brings stuff in the comments. I'm not taking a moral issue with him sleeping with women and paying for it. If he was financially stable, he could pay for as much sex as he wanted.
The issue is,
Yeah.
wasting money on it.
Yeah, he wasted his money that he thinks people deserve, like he deserves sympathy for it. You had hundreds of thousands of dollars and you spent them on whores. Like, come on, man.
That's disappointing.
Again,
anyway,
I would totally, like, everyone here knows me. I would totally, like, I wouldn't judge it for a second if he was financially stable in doing that. But when, you know you're in financial debt and your instant goal is, I'm gonna go get laid, you're stupid. You deserve everything that comes to you.
Yeah, I suppose.
And the sad thing is, there's no one in his life, even like, because Wings and Tommy C are his co-hosts, there's no one in his life that would say that to him right now. Not a single person.
Good, Tommy C.
Yeah, cockroaches are still around, man. It's baffling. I have no ill will to Tommy C. He's been very nice to me at one point. But again, he's kind of like an online cockroach in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to do a podcast with fucking Phil. That's what he needs to do.
Get DSP
up
in
online there. Podcast, online cockroaches. Jesus Christ.
It's just called "We Won't Go Away!" Exclamation mark.
Exactly.
Well, you'll see us forever and ever.
With us until you're dead.
We will be here long past the heat death. But yeah, that's all I got, really.
So, I have one more thing to kind of really talk about, and then another thing that's just kind of funny and a little dystopian, kind of.
Okay.
Oh boy.
But you guys remember that H Bomber guy video that dropped a couple months ago and was absolutely fucking wild, and everyone's still talking about it.
That broke a few people's minds when it comes to criticism, but yeah.
Someone had a response finally, right?
Yeah. So
they did.
The main topic of the video, the one that old Harris bomb dude did the fake out ending for, and did the whole Tommy Tallarico thing again with James Somerton, who is a gay content creator who plagiarizes a fuck ton.
Yep.
He released his apology video a few days ago, about a week ago now, actually. And holy shit. This has been the year of the apology video too. Like, I forget if the first one was 2017 or 2018, but this is the second one. This is the sequel. We've gotten our GTA 6 for apology video years.
Hell yeah.
But I think the worst part about this is that I really don't have much to say about it.
Yeah.
Like he's crying throughout the entire thing, which like
He's looking for
I get it.
sympathy and trying to get go all on. Oh, I was in the hospital. I was gonna
Yeah,
kill myself.
that was a very strange way to start
Yeah.
the video, and then he goes on to say that he's not doing it to garner sympathy, but like, if you did, why bring it up?
It felt
Mhm.
completely out of place for what was going on there. I understood, I guess, like why he probably would want to put it there, but also it felt really weird.
It seems like a tweet sort of thing to do, not like an apology video sort of thing to do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I watched it on 1.5 times speed, and I'm so fucking glad I did because it is probably by volume more dead air than words.
Yeah, I saw it was like 30 minutes, and I feel like you probably cut at least like 10 out of it.
Yeah, it's like a 15-minute video.
Mm.
But I think there are a couple parts that I pointed out in some tweets the other day, but I think my favorite part
Yeah.
is that he was accused of like crazy ass misogyny, like, oh, it's the white women who,
Yeah, specifically the things that he would actually write in a
Yeah.
video would
yeah,
be and
it
not
wasn't the
be
stuff that he plagiarized. He added that shit in himself.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
directly like, all right,
It
here's
was
That would
either
be
5
like
minutes
the
about white
only
women.
that would be like the only thing he added to a completely otherwise plagiarized video was just like some bitter thing about white women. Like what his main
white
thing was
women
that
like serial killers.
white women will commodify a gay guy as their
Yeah.
friend, and like it was this like, who hurt you, James? What happened to you?
I,
Someone did this to you in like
Goddamn
prom
Stacy.
or
I mean,
something. Yeah.
I've seen it happen before. I can't deny, honestly, but
True, but like the it's the generalization. It's like, oh yes, women, not some women, not a few
yeah.
women, not this specific woman, women.
By the way,
But
I was wrong when I thought it was 20 minutes. It's a 34-minute video. Jesus fuck.
yeah, yeah, it is a 15-minute video and a 35-minute video skin.
God.
It would be
He
like if
didn't even have
fucking
the courtesy to make it to do it, but in song, you know, like that's all we need these days. The bar's been raised.
it would be like if Scott the Woz skinned me and wore my skin like as his own. It doesn't. There's too much dead air in there, you know.
Yeah. It's like, oh
But
no.
continuing. So my favorite part, again, he was like accused of all like this misogyny. And then he specifically says that he isn't trying to throw his co-writer under the bus. And I get this feeling of dread because I just oh wait, no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm misremembering a little bit.
You're good.
I got things in the wrong order. After he said that, I got this feeling of like, oh geez, oh what has he done? Because like earlier in the video, he says that he didn't write any of that those women, women be shopping type of deals, which I think is crazy because he didn't plagiarize any of that shit.
So that means
And
it was his co-writer.
the only two possibilities for, who put that in the script is him and his co-writer. And then he says, "Oh, I'm not trying to throw my co-writer under the bus, but I didn't do any of that."
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
entirely the co-writer. Sure.
And earlier in the video, he mentions that his co-writer basically completely ghosted him. Yeah, I can see fucking why now.
Yeah, you're
Holy
fucking
shit.
dragging him under with you. It's like, nope. I would be like, I'd make a fucking immediate video response being like, nope, this bitch right here.
Fucking insane. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. Which, man, it's what a weak apology. He does apologize at the very least, but like, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I wish the guy well. I mean, no one deserves to be in the hospital after an attempt
Yeah.
because of a video.
But I mean,
But also,
if James
Also,
had just came out and said, "Look, like if first thing that he like, this is what I would have done, right? Roles reverse. I would have came out with a video immediately saying this. Admittedly, yes, this is what I did. At first, this is not what I wanted to do, and I did it at first to speed some things up. And then slowly but surely, it became less speed things up, and just this is the process now, and this is how this is what my process became, and I didn't think about it in this way after a certain while. Even if I didn't feel that way, even if I was bullshitting, that's what I would have said.
yeah, like it's just strange ass apology video.
yeah, I mean, probably one of the more boring ones from what I've seen of it this
Yeah,
year. I know there was, of
God,
course, we didn't even really get into the Dream situation, where apparently Dream's been
did
both
we?
accused and apparently now the response that he posted, people memed on it, but I mean,
Oh yeah,
supposedly he's been somewhat cleared of the thing, but it's also his response video involved like Gumball, and I think the Gumball voice actor got like started dunking on him or something. It was very strange. It was very
Uh,
strange. But that was also a whole thing, which wasn't really an apology, but it was like a response thing. It's been a year of that for sure. I mean, I'm sure
yeah.
that's
I
only going to continue.
I
I
mean,
remember that. Oh, I remember now. I remember. Okay, so there was something extremely funny about that apology video, and I was trying to remember it, and I just did. So Dream brings up at one point in the video. I haven't watched the full thing, but at one point he brings up, "Oh yeah, I used to be fat," and everyone always uses this image of me when they talk about my past because I was fat. Haha, so funny. And then instead of moving on like a normal person would, or not bringing it up like a normal person would, he just brought he brought out so many other videos of back then, including one in particular. It's spoilered, but I can't unspoiler it. Where he has this
Oh
goofy
God.
ass, yee ass haircut, where the top is like a short buzz cut, and everything from his like temples down is like long wavy locks.
He's
It's
got
like if
like
a
a
mullet
skater
got a
boy.
receding hairline.
Yeah. What the fuck is this? Was this while he's getting his hair cut, it looks like. He looks like he has the smock on while he's getting it cut. So it's just a silly between frame, basically. It's a
Why
smear
why would
frame.
yeah.
why would he fucking put why would he put this out? Why would he do this to
I
himself?
don't know.
Honestly, I mean, respect.
I mean, I guess, but like
I would legitimately kill people if they had this
why
image of me.
yeah, why choose this image specifically? Like there are some
This is
other
so
photos of
bad.
him where he just looks like a normal dude. He's a bit heavy, but he's a normal
This is
dude.
such a
And
bad
this one
image.
he looks like a fucking like weird advanced version of a one of those mullet people you'd see
He
in like
looks
the Florida bogs.
he looks exactly like, not the hair, but like face and head wise, he looks exactly like a kid who like called me a racial slur one time when I was like 15.
Yeah, that kid was me.
Hmm.
Nah, but I just
But
remembered that, so I had to talk about it a little bit. We
yeah,
should
no,
probably
I
wrap up.
to
Yeah.
just to say, oh yeah, that is an image that I would burn things if I
Yeah.
knew that image
That
was
is
somewhere. If I was him, I'd.
that feels like one of those images that Mike Stoklasa uses to torment Rich Evans. Like this is what he used to look like
It,
when he had the cat allergy or
this
whatever.
is an evil Dick the birthday boy.
Oh
Yes.
my god, it is.
Uh honestly,
So I
respect
have
to
one.
Dream for ever showing that. That's
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Respect to the strange stupidity needed
yeah,
to post that to self-report like that.
Well,
fucking self eliminate.
do we have any more news on the docket, boys?
One more very short thing, and then let's wrap it up because we're at like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm
Jesus
at
Christ, I'm tired.
Guys,
323 currently. Yep.
Guys, this is breaking news, and I'm very sad about it.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
We have been waiting
Mhm.
for years. It has been 12 years since Shrek 4.
Oh,
We are
Uh-huh.
waiting for Shrek 5. It was said it was going
There
to come
was
out in
some
2019.
news.
We've gotten like little bits of news, but we haven't gotten a trailer, we haven't gotten a release window, we haven't gotten anything.
Mhm.
So we've been waiting for Shrek 5 for 12 years. An entire generation has
12
grown
years a
up.
slave, as it were.
An
Shrek
entire
has only
generation has
become a
grown up.
bigger meme through that time too.
Yeah. An entire generation has grown up knowing Shrek only through memes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Literally just
And meanwhile, just now, Lionsgate has acquired the film development rights for a Monopoly movie. And you know this shit's going to be fast-tracked. It's going to be budgeted to shit. It's going to have some stupid ass plot.
I don't know.
And we
I
still
have
haven't
a
gotten
weird
fucking
feeling.
Shrek 5.
I got a weird feeling on this one. I think Monopoly movie could be kind of fun. I don't know.
If it's
Depends on how they
Goated, I'll
do
eat
it.
my words. But
If
holy
they've
shit,
got,
this is going to be
if they
bad.
make it an animated movie with the Monopoly Man, I'm down for that.
What he do?
I don't know.
Good question.
It's a what it is, it's like Barbie, but it's about capitalism instead of patriarchy.
I was gonna say that,
God.
but it's also like mostly the New Donk. Everything looks like New Donk City from Mario Odyssey.
Exactly.
The first, I linked a tweet discussing film where it says, there's a Monopoly film.
Yeah.
The first comment is from Matt Jarbo.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Honestly, I'd love to get Matt on the podcast.
He says, "Wake me up when they finally do the Candyland movie."
See,
I'm sure you
here's
want to
the
live
thing.
in Candyland, Matt.
Okay, here's the thing. All right, board game movies has already you can't top the best one. Clue.
Battleship.
Oh, I was being serious. I'm saying Clue.
Oh, okay. Well,
Clue
yeah,
Fox.
I heard that's good.
Clue Fox.
Clue is so great, but I cannot believe you just said Battleship.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
hey,
you
it
know
has Rihanna, acting sensation Rihanna. How dare you?
Sadly, I feel
Classic.
I feel like I've seen Battleship more than I've seen Clue. My dad loved that fucking movie.
Oh,
That
damn.
movie is awful. I hate it.
Yeah, it's not good. Clue though.
Clue.
You should watch Clue.
Yeah. You should watch Clue
That's-
and then watch the endings.
Watch Clue and then anticipate the Monopoly board game movie.
I mean,
you should all
Hotly
actually. You know what?
anticipated.
Fuck it. Call to action time.
Oh.
Hey, you. If you're still listening,
Mhm.
if you like this podcast, this is the only thing. It's not the only thing that I'm going to ask you to do.
this year, it's the
If
only thing you're
you,
asked to do
if
this
you're
year.
listening, yes, of course.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, tweet, email, fucking call, send death threats. Don't do that.
God, I might have to cut that. Fuck.
Okay. All right.
You're good. It's a end.
Don't do that. But listen, just contact DreamWorks and tell and don't even say, hey, can we please get some Shrek 5 news? Just send them the words Shrek 5. That's it.
Shrek 5.
They'll get the
and
message.
Put
Yeah, that's all
maybe
it
a
needs.
question mark, and then if you send it a second time, then put an exclamation point.
Yes.
Only 2 times. Only 2 times per person.
Yeah, that's all you need. Shrek 5 with
Shrek
an
5?
exclamation. Or
Shrek 5.
if you want,
listen.
question mark also works. Maybe a semicolon or a comma.
Or an ellipses, Shrek 5.
And ellipses with
Sure.
commas, just 3
Yeah,
commas.
well, ellipses plus question mark also works.
At the end. Question mark.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing that right
Space
now.
question mark.
At DreamWorks. Is there no DreamWorks?
They might have it
there
under
is.
some goofy ass handle.
DreamWorks TV? No, it can't be DreamWorks TV. What?
Lionsgate's
Hang
doing a
on.
Monopoly one.
Yeah.
At Lionsgate. Also, I guess since we're talking about movies real
Oh no,
quick.
there it is. Oh, I blocked them. Okay.
What?
I'm gonna mute. Actually, I'm gonna unblock them, and then if they don't respond within like a week, I'm gonna block them again.
I'm just wondering
Okay.
why you had them blocked.
I block every single ad that I see on.
That's fair. That's fair.
On Twitter.
I'd leave them up
Okay.
because some of them they've just gotten so dumb lately.
To be fair, I haven't I haven't blocked the JO pants.
Yeah, which so far no response yet from them. Which
God damn it, you fuckers.
uh
All right, I
um
just sent them the tweet. Okay, listen, we've gone on too
yeah,
long.
We
very true.
have very tired.
So
Um,
I guess, well, shit. I guess
yeah,
what better to what better to have a long episode on than the last episode of the
last
Thank
episode
you
of the
for
year.
listening, everybody. This has been a cool year of podcasts. Thank you all for listening. We're gonna do more cool podcasts next year. I'm gonna
Yes,
have more cool stuff to do. Tristan's gonna be streaming. Bane's gonna
going to
be streaming and
prob
stuff.
definitely be streaming
actually
Yeah.
because I
actually
should have access to my Twitch account back soon.
well
Nice.
actually
Yes.
I've kind of been maybe planning out a little bit of a project.
Oh shit.
Oh, interesting.
My
Hey.
my funny little video debut. I'm thinking about maybe talking about some Resident Evil. So hey,
Hell
Go
yeah.
I might be
for it.
I might be doing that this year. So that's cool.
Fuck yeah,
Yay!
brother.
Well, yeah, stick around for more of the loud, funny pod network over here.
Yeah.
We're mixing it up with some cool stuff. Bane's gonna be.
D-
What do you got? What are you
I
thinking of talking about?
I think that because once I finally like fully shift us over to the channel proper, I am gonna start doing my like independent reviews of games because there's some games I want to
Oh,
talk.
Nice.
There's some games I want to talk about in a way where it's like I don't. It wouldn't be a traditional review. It'd be me talking about my favorite feature of something. And lately, there's been a few features in games where I'm like, I'm sad more people don't talk about this. So that's the first kind of project I'm working on.
that's an
Oh
interesting
yeah.
an angle to take with that. Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds cool.
and I guess fuck it. The first I'll spoil the game I've been doing it on mostly, like what I've been writing mostly. It's been Alan Wake 2. It's been fucking Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 has
Oh
been in my
yeah.
head since
Cool.
launch.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about with that one. I've heard.
Yeah, it's you know what? It is my recommendation of the year. I'll give it as a something I just decided to do right then. It's a recommendation.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I look forward to whatever you work on with that, Bane, and Tristan, you sound like you've got, I mean, who better to talk about Resident Evil stuff than you? We haven't really had much of an opportunity to talk about it, but you are pretty well versed in that whole series, so you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been oh man, I've been playing basically every Resident Evil game in order, so it's definitely an idea that just kind of automatically comes with that.
So yeah,
Seeing
Yeah.
a series kind of evolve
you've been doing
You
in
gotta
that
that with
way.
Resident Evil. I've been doing that in Metal Gear.
Hell yeah.
you gotta look into doing a Yakuza video, Tristan.
Once I upgrade my PC and I'm able to like emulate Dead Souls and actually play, the Dragon Engine games
Man, even
decently.
I can't emulate Dead Souls properly. It's like just fucky enough. It's
I'm
just a little
Uh,
fucked.
I'm honestly shocked with even like because I never thought we'd get like Ishin coming forward, but even with
Maybe we'll get
that,
a PC port of Dead Souls. Who
I
knows?
still don't like. I'm shocked nothing with Dead Souls has even had not even like a passing mention.
Yeah, I mean, Dead Souls. There's also the fucking original Ishin, the PS3 game
Yeah,
Kenzan, which I guess the big thing with that is there was like child prostitution involved, so they think
Yeah,
that.
although there's a translation that's slowly being worked on, and it emulates perfectly, like
yeah.
Oh
even on
yeah.
shitty hardware.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I know with Dead Souls, even if you get it emulated properly, it's a horrible game. I mean, the game
It's a
itself
rough
is
game.
fine, but like the game itself is like kind of a 6 out of 10 apparently, but
Yeah,
like the performance of it is like really bad on the
Yeah,
PS3. That's the
like
main reason why people
yeah,
want the PC version.
yeah.
it runs in an awful frame rate. I've heard.
There are a lot
Yeah.
of PS3 games which are great games, mind you, and I'm not talking about the quality of the game itself, but there's some where it's like, Jesus fuck, the PS3 could not handle this. Or like even
Yeah,
360, like especially near the end, the amount of 20 frame per second games.
The PS3 version of Oblivion was a fucking mess,
Oh,
which is
oh,
wild
yeah.
because, like, you would think that a game that runs pretty alright on Xbox would run a little bit, not horrible on PlayStation.
Well, that's because the PlayStation 3 is designed in a very weird and absurd
Yeah,
way.
it's a finicky system.
Very
Hmm.
true.
Ugh,
But yeah, fuck.
it's 2023.
Yeah, it's been episode 29.
We're gonna start the year off with a big old bang at
Yep.
30.
Yeah.
Which is
Finally hitting our midlife crisis episode title.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm so excited.
we're
Yay.
buying motorcycles.
Well, take it easy, homies.
Yep,
Penis.
penis.
Big old
Penis.
penis for the new year. Whoa.
Penis.
Veiny.
Veiny. That's a good.
Veiny.